round clips. Them 30 round clips. How many clips? You got 3 extra clips on you. 30 jumps. 30, 60, 90, 120. You think you go through the whole 120 that fast? How fast you think you go through the whole 120?
Yeah, he just kept saying it. Like I said, I tried to even
Back up on me, white boy.
fast forward.
Why you all up on me, white boy? Back up on me, man.
I felt like he was going to say it right there.
Back to you, though. Hey, I get your number, though.
How old are you?
23.
23? How old do you think I am?
Probably like 34. Good guess. Am I close? I'm right. I'm right.
I ain't never seen so many cops.
Fuck you, yeah. Secret. Go protect Trump. Why you right here bothering us? Go protect
What's up,
Trump.
yo?
Just out here saying hi to you.
I don't want to say hi to you.
Why not?
I'm
Y'all
out
give
here
me
saying hi
friends
to
on
you.
TikTok.
Off your 5 followers.
Yeah, I got like 10,000 followers from y'all though. What's up though? You alright? You ain't gonna speak to me?
Now I just want to note that. Now notice how he got the white shirt out there though. And the dude, he came up to him. He came up to him nice. He was like, "Yo, what's up though?" He didn't say nothing disrespectful. He didn't say nothing out of the way. He didn't call him no types of names or nothing. Saw the black dude, white shirt. All right, you probably, you know, some like a sergeant or whatnot or whatever, the police, whatnot. Hey, yo, what's up with you? And dude just like ain't saying that. I'm like, hold on, let me see. That's yo. Let me go back here real quick. To a lot of you black dudes out here that be a part of like law enforcement, yo, for y'all to be acting like this when y'all around white people is crazy to me. Y'all be really trying to do the utmost. Like it's crazy how the white boys, even the one like the dude with the orange hair, right, in the beard. It's crazy how even he spoke, right? The other white boy spoke, right? It's crazy when you look at the optics this way, right? The white boys having a conversation with the black dude record. They might even be like laughing and whatnot or whatever, completely cool. He goes directly over to the black dude in the white shirt. He don't want to say nothing. I'm like, yo, what's like, yo, for the black folks out there, what is y'all problem? What is y'all problem? It's crazy to me that I can run this video and I see the white boys having more of a conversation with the black dude recording in the hood than the black dude who is basically, I guess, the sergeant, whatever he is. What's this dude's name? I'm trying to look up close. I can't even read it. But it's like, it's crazy though. That's some dot. Let me just rewind this real quick. Maybe he said something. Maybe he gave like a head nod or something. Let me just see real quick, right? Let's see something.
Yeah, though. What's up though? You alright? You ain't gonna speak to me?
That's wild. That's wild. You're looking above the dude as if he's not even there. And for the black folks out there, y'all wonder why it is that we don't respect y'all when we see y'all as a part of like law enforcement and stuff. This is why. Like we got more conversations. Like other people will actually speak to us. They'll actually talk to us. Y'all want to sit up there and clown around because y'all amongst like white folks. Y'all want to, oh, I got to sit up there. Let me really sit up there and put on for the white folks. Let me put on for massa. I don't see these niggas, massa. We don't talk to niggas, massa. We's okay, sir. It's like, yo, this is wild. That is wild. You gotta be kidding me out here. Man, dog. Oh my God. Y'all some straight clowns. Y'all some straight 1000% clown. As soon as you get around white people, you want to start acting like you white. You know you black. Let me roll this back real quick. Brother, there is no way. I know that more than likely you're looking for white women. I don't know who this dude is, and his hairline is receding more than mine. That boy got a convertible at this moment in time. There is no forest on the field at all. He got more facial hair than actual hair. It's some diabolical work. And you got the nerve to pull up to the scene and you want to be disrespectful to one of your own folks directly in the community, right? Now, I want to remind people, right? This is the reason that the black community has such an issue with the police. It don't matter if it's white cops or if it's black cops. It's just the cops in general. Because of the type of disrespect that we tend to get, even when we're trying to be cordial, right? This is a situation where you got some people feeling a certain type of way in the community, right? But this would be the main time that the police should be coming through to actually get to know the community, to talk to the community, right? To formulate some type of bond. But yet we got to deal with black folks like this. As soon as they're in some type of role, as soon as they're amongst white people, they want to start acting like this. And y'all wonder why we don't like you. You wonder why. That's diabolical. But yeah, I promise you, he more than likely he's seeing some white women. I can promise you that, and they're probably on the force. Don't be too surprised that if in a few years from now he gets caught up in a lawsuit, just like the other black dudes got caught up in a lawsuit with the most mid-white woman that you've ever seen in your life, and they all lose their jobs. Don't be too surprised, because he looks as stupid as stupid does. But anyways, let's continue. Hopefully we don't have any more verbiage problems here. I gotta really make sure to go through these videos.
She's somewhere over there.
It's a lot of
How
trash.
you doing, old mama? You look very good too. Why y'all coming in and messing with us every time, though? Do you want to do this? Be honest. You can be honest with me.
No, she don't want to be there.
You want to?
She is an FBI agent?
I am here. I know you don't want to do this. Hey, boo, when you come back off duty, right? So I can take you out, okay? You heard me?
I heard you.
What squad car did you jump out of?
Excuse me?
What squad car did you jump out of? You in this truck?
It's nice though, isn't it?
Nah, it's slow.
Yeah, you think?
I know.
I don't think it's ever.
Nah, so somebody had passed away in the Esmo Mall phone. It's just falling down. Yeah, it's just falling down now.
Oh, it's crazy.
Bro, you can't bring a Secret Service if you out with your face shown, bro. Now a nigga gonna see you downtown. They know you the one that supposed to be walking with the president.
I don't walk with the president.
What you think they gonna do to you, bro?
I'm uniform.
Oh, uniform?
Yeah, they got two different, I think 2 or 3 different
Yeah,
areas.
what's up with him? He's an agent?
Yeah, he's the suit wearing guy.
Oh, so you met Trump? Yeah, did you meet Trump? Then man, you gotta tell him, man, this right here not part of my pay grade, man. Y'all the DEA, Homeland Security, Secret Service, I don't jump out.
I will say you're the first person that ever knew HSI is Homeland Security.
Cause I ain't a dumbass.
Man, you right about that. Yeah.
Cause I ain't a dumbass. I know you voted for Trump.
Say what?
You voted for Trump?
Huh?
How you keep doing that? That's how you know you voted for Trump. Who you vote for?
Huh?
Trump.
Who'd you vote for?
You know he voted. He went.
So my vote went towards bitch ass Trump. So who did you vote for?
Wait, you didn't vote?
No, I was locked up.
But you can still vote when you were in jail?
I said fuck them and stay sleep on my bunk. So who you vote for? Trump?
Locked up. What you locked up for?
A-Wick, nigga. Yeah, A-Wick. Yeah. Alright then, Secret Service. Alright then,
He had to
Secret
translate
Service.
that one. I'm not from around these parts.
A-Wick, that's y'all language.
Ain't my language. I ain't from around.
That's y'all language, right? GSW, A-Wig, all that, what's another one? Code word, it's another one.
GSW.
No, GSW.
You're the one that's got the charges, man. You tell me what it was. You steal a car?
I ain't want to know.
Why the man looking so hard though? So I just want to know. Some people are taking their jobs like, all right, we don't really want to be here, but we got to be here, right? Cool, no problem. This dude looking a little bit too hard. He's like, yo, man, I think you got some crack on you. Oh wait, he said that he served some time. I think he got some warrants. I think I see some fentanyl. I think I see some crack. That man trying to spot anything. I'm like, dog, you looking a little bit too hard and too far down. It ain't, I don't know what you looking for. What you, some highly suspectual stuff directly out here. I ain't judging. It's 2025, but it's highly suspectual. I don't know. I don't know. But like I said, I just want to showcase the fact that a lot of people wanted to say that, the DEA, the FBI, and local and all this other type of stuff was not going through communities. They are. Right. This is directly, this ain't ChatGPT, this ain't AI generated, whatnot, whatever people normally want to set up. These are actual videos being recorded by people who are in those areas. So yeah, they are going through the blocks. They are going through these areas. As much as other people want to sit up and say, no, they're not going through those areas. They're not even touching those areas, all this other type of stuff. We'll explain these videos. So then we're going to go to the next one, and hopefully we don't have any word problems. I swear I went through these videos.
Excuse me.
Fiddling Butts Incorporated.
Excuse me.
That's what FBI stand for.
Excuse me. You said stand for what, Brody?
Fiddling Butts Incorporated.
Damn.
Dick Eaters Agency.
Oh my God. Dick Eaters Agency. We got him. You good? We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, they got nothing. Wasting your fucking time, your fucking gas.
Taxpayers' dollars.
Man.
Looking in people's cars.
Yeah, give me, man. I like this. I like the content. How you doing? You can't speak to the camera? Okay, how you doing? Okay. Hey, no, y'all been going viral though, bro. Y'all got me like 30K. I need like 50K this time. So wait to the camera, Brody. You can go viral. You might see yourself. Oh, all right. He ain't fucking with the camera. See, that's why you would pass the princess anyway. Suck ass nigga. Goofy ass nigga. Ain't trying to wait him out of camera.
I gotta go back to the first part. I gotta go back to the first part. I gotta go back to these definitions. I gotta listen to this again. What was it?
Excuse me.
Fiddling Butts Incorporated.
Excuse me.
That's what FBI stand for.
Excuse me. You said stand for what, Brody?
Fiddling Butts Incorporated.
Damn.
Dick Eaters Agency.
Oh my God. Dick Eaters Agency. We got him. You good? We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, they got nothing.
Like I said, even amongst, serious times, you'll still have people out here still cracking jokes. Hey. Oh, man. Let me tell you something. That is hilarious. Somebody was like, none of these kids have jobs. In what realm do kids have jobs realistically? Like I said, I don't know the ages of any of the people directly here, but I do know that it looks to be nighttime. So, some people who work during the day, they're home at night, right? And usually people, of course, who work night shift are, at work. Or some people might have vacation days off. Some people may work from home and things of that nature. I'm just saying. That's crazy. Boy, somebody said, oh yeah, Chris said he loves when they troll the folks. Yeah. 100%. Yo, Judah, what is up? What is up? What is up? Also, much love, respect, and appreciation. Shout out to all of my moderators who are currently here at the moment in time. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Let's continue on with some of these videos here dealing with the Black community and the DEA, FBI, and so on and so on and so on, going directly through.
Nigga, you can flash whatever. This my phone new, bro. You can flash whatever. My phone new. My phone is new. I get behind them flashlights. You tripping?
You ain't. I need to take him out front with John. Start off something like a man. Don't try to switch it up. Don't get want to be manly now. Start off being manly. What you talking about?
This shit was ridiculous. Shit was ridiculous. This shit was ridiculous.
Let's continue.
And they got Trump and all that.
Hey, come here.
Oh, get him. Let's see them. They under disguise.
Transformer.
You about to crash. Oh, you about to crash. You about to crash. Oh. So about to crash.
Got those unmarked vehicles.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Now, I'm gonna have to pause when she gets out the car. Right? So we see her, right, getting out the car.
What y'all is? What agent? Oh, this ATF.
Just looking at the hair, I just gotta admire the hair real quick. And it seems to be a do-rag. I just have to admire what it is that I'm seeing at this moment in time because I am in mass confusion with this combination and how this just worked out. But let's continue.
ATF. ATF police. Yeah. What's up? What's your name, bro?
Alan Garcia, 4666.
Yeah, I like ladies.
Gotta look
Grandma,
at grandma out here.
you okay, Grandma? I know you don't want to be patrolling, Grandma. Yeah.
Yeah, you
What's
looking
up?
old.
What's up?
Hey,
big
what's
bro?
going on, man?
You
How are
alright?
you? Yeah, I'm good.
You sure? You ain't dicking in today?
Where's Tanaya?
Who the hell is that?
Is he?
Is you alright?
I'm good, man. You
Hey,
chill?
you got
Jumping out your bad.
you got what yours.
Like that's crazy. Like I said, somebody has to explain to me, right? Why is it that if we have such a problem in the United States, right? I'm just talking about all over. If we have such a problem in the United States when it deals with a variety of crimes, why not have all of the military, police personnel, and whatnot going through all of the blocks, making a complete clean sweep? Because for whatever reason, a lot of people tend to think that whenever it details the black community, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, it's just drugs. It's just drugs. It's just drugs, prostitution. It's just gang banging. That's it, right?" That's their whole main thing when they think about black people, black community. Everything violent, everything negative. They don't know anything else. But yet, as stated before, I've been in a variety of communities. In white communities, there's a lot of drugs and there is violent culture directly there. The thing is that amongst the suburbs and the white folks there, they like to push stuff directly under the rug. They want to excuse a lot of these things. Oh, well, Stephen, he's going through a tough time. His mother and his father, divorced and, this, that, and the third, and he's in between houses, and rah, 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 and all this other type of stuff. Or they'll pull the classic, oh well, Jeff's dad, he's an alcoholic. Jeff's been that way since Susan passed. And he's taking it out on poor little Johnny. And it's just tough times. It's just something that the family has to sort out specifically deal with. Or then you got the other instances of what seems to be the perfect white family, but yet their kids are strung out on drugs. Crazy work. Didn't we have something like that with Biden? I'm just saying. Just want to list something directly out there where it's above, the rest of the Americans directly out here. We got people in office, right, where their kids are strung out, hooked, directly on a variety of things, along with them, being money launderers and thieves and a variety of things of that nature. So what I'm saying is, if people realistically wanted to do a clean sweep, right, they wanted to really fix America. Why not do this throughout every community so that you don't leave no stone unturned? Because the moment in time that you decide to fixate and just purely focus on one group, you're allowing other things to slide by. When you only think that only black people are drug dealers, gang bangers, violent criminals, you're allowing all of that stuff that is present in other communities to grow and flourish. Because now it's like, okay, we got the scapegoat. You're focused on the blacks. So we're going to do what it is that we normally do. And now we're going to, max it out because we don't really got to worry about eyes being directly on us. Case in point, the best situation that I can technically try to correlate this to was the fact of when you had black people doing boycotts, right? When black people were normally within a lot of these shopping centers, these malls and whatnot or whatever, everybody was focused on, okay, the blacks, they like to steal. The blacks are going to go for this. The blacks are going to go for that. The blacks are going to go for everything in a baseball cap, right? And then they would decide to not look at everybody else coming in. When black people boycotted, you started to see who the real people that were really shoplifting really were. And it wasn't black people, right? Again, let me put it this way. You got some black people that do, but the greater majority, no, that ended up being other people from other races. Just like the husband and wife that were found to be running a shoplifting ring where they would hire people to go directly into these high price stores. And these were white folks, right? They would hire people to go into these high price stores and to steal things and bring it directly back. Like this, this husband and wife team had a warehouse full of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of merchandise from a variety of stores. But like I said before, because people want to fixate specifically in one group, because people are indoctrinated and made to believe that, yeah, it's only the blacks, This is how you have other people building enterprises, pulling in, stealing, hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars, worth of stuff directly out here. But, like I said before, people only want to specifically focus in on one group, and you feel that everybody else isn't up to, is pretty much up to par, and they're doing the best and doing everything that they're supposed to be doing. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. Like I said, now the crazy part is, now let's bring out the boycott. This would be a positive boycott. Let's put it like this, right? Let's put it to the point, if you put a boycott on any type of criminal relations, dealing with narcotics, right? Dealing with marijuana, dealing with any of the street drugs and all of these things, right? You take black people directly out of that. I wonder what the demographics will look like when it deals with who is actually committing these acts, when it deals with the selling and the dealings and the ODing of a lot of these street drugs directly out here. I wonder who that would be. And I wonder where you would find a lot of these links directly to. Again, me, myself, as I've been directly on this platform, I've showcased stories from white communities where their kids, their privileged kids, are dope dealers directly in a lot of these colleges. And those same white kids who are dope dealers and who are slinging and dealing a lot of these drugs are causing ODs, directly around their own communities. But for whatever reason, even amongst their own community, white folks don't want to focus on their white kids wheeling and dealing there. They want to, it's the blacks. The reason that we got these drugs in our community is because of the blacks are nearby. So we need to get rid of the blacks that's in our community and the blacks that are nearby, and then this situation, it won't even exist. No, it'll still exist. You'll just ignore it like you've always ignored it. And like I said, that's the problem. That is the main problem, especially when it deals with the whole of America. America likes to ignore the problem up until they can't, and then when they can't, they want to find somebody to blame. And 9 times out of 10, it'll always be somebody black attached to it. Somehow, some way, it'll be somebody black. But it'd be like that. It'd be like that. Oh, somebody doesn't like the channel. That is crazy. That is diabolical. Doug is talking about the 1570. My friend Doug, you have to be Rosenoff. It's a lot of things going on there. But I know that you're Caucasian. Brother, let me know who are the main majorities of those, since we're talking about crimes that are being committed against other people, so that we're on the same page, right? Fine, no problem, right? I will hold that L, right? You're saying that black people commit these crimes. Fine, no problem. I'm holding the L. Black man here, holding the L. So when are white men going to hold the L's on the crimes against families? Let me know that one. The crimes against animals. When is that going to happen? Crimes against the elderly. Taking advantage of those who, cannot properly defend themselves. So that's women, that's children, that's the elderly, and that's also animals. When are, white males going to take the L on that and hold that up proudly? Because I've done fields of stories directly on there, and shout out to the person who wanted to say that this channel should be called the Double Standards Victim TV. I mean, I guess, like I said, it's easy to say one thing, but not to go in depth on what the actual real problem is. Now, I try to at least be as even as possible here, but even with me trying to, point out that there is problems on both sides and things of that nature, you still got idiots up here that feel that their sides are the best side, and you're a fool. 100% a fool. That's some crazy work, diabolical out here. But it'd be like that though. It be like that, Claudia, let me tell you, I don't you said porque t, like I said, I do not read Espanol. I'm sort of like Peggy Hill directly in here. Even though it's quesadilla, we say quesadilla. Quesadillas, quesadilla. Like I said, I don't got Google Translate directly up here. I cannot help you at this moment in time. Shout out to your comment. I can't read it. I just see important para pensara in esa. Like I said, I can't even. I know, bro, important, and a few other words. That's the most I can tell you. Shout out to your comment though. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Let me see. What was it? Yo, what is up, Tippy? What is up? What is up? What is up? What is going on? Tippy is actually on time today. I am quite astonished. It is crazy. Let me see. Caramilia. Hopefully I pronounced that right. I tried. You said the majority of white crimes are swept under the rug and hidden in the closet. That is facts. And that's the main thing that I try to get through. But you have a lot of idiots directly out here that tend to overlook the things, and especially you got the black conservatives, which don't help. Don't help at all. I would actually want to say the black conservatives are much more of a hindrance to the white community than anything, because they themselves, as much as they want to tout and they want to gloat and they want to highlight black, 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 they're not highlighting on the main people that make them profitable, that enable them to be able to be monetizable, that donate to them, right? All of these white families that give them money. A lot of those white families, they got drug addicts, right? They got people that's strung out right now at this moment in time. They're not talking about the drug epidemic directly in white communities because they don't care. Or better yet, they can't because they're black. And they know that if they happen to shine a light and it makes white people look at themselves, that it's not really going to play out well for them being a black conservative. And that's going to be a loss out on funds and money and support. So it's a better way for them to just focus in on black folks and just talk black, 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 negative, 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 fix, 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 fix. It's easier for them to sit up there and do that versus actually trying to just like, hey, let me just point out both sides here and do this. Because a lot of these black conservatives, they like to sit up there and say that, oh, you know, we're the most we're the best side, we're on the side of God and on the side of America. You know, it's the others, you know, that want the chaos and this, that, and the third. Again, they're using white talking points. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure how white people eat this stuff. It's a little bit weird to me where you're eating your words in blackface. That's crazy to me. It's diabolical. It's like you really need somebody black to represent your talking points that you've been making since what you've established America. That's a little bit weird to me. Just saying. Like I said before, I can't point to a fast in the time where white people were quote unquote weak, right? You founded America. You made this. You didn't need anybody to represent you or your talking points, but yet you got black faces up there representing your talking points, regurgitating your talking points that other white men have basically established since before you had these black conservatives on any social media platforms. Like I said, it's weird to me. It's 1,000% weird to me. It would be, in a sense, having somebody white speaking pro-black. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand how weird that is? Do you understand how that doesn't make any sense? Do you understand how that person wouldn't be able to correlate with any of the things that he would be talking about? Like it's stupid. But somehow, some way, when it deals with white folks directly out here, they're like, oh, well, we'll sit up there and take this token. It's, it's completely fine and dandy up until, further notice. I'm trying to figure out when is that further notice? Because can't none of these black male conservatives represent a white man that's married to a white woman with a white family that wants to protect their white quote unquote, society and all these other, like I said, I'm just a little bit confused. I'm just a little bit confused. And I've been waiting for white folks to make that make sense. How you have black men out here representing you, your community, your ideologies, your talking points, and your beliefs. That doesn't make any type of sense. That there's no type of shared experience within that at all, because people are living two different lives. Everybody understands this. Everybody knows this. Everybody is seen differently. Right? People in the white community are seen as those in the white community. People in the black community are seen as those in the black community. Now, when you decide to mix those up, it's going to be a little bit different. And we all know this. We all know how everybody has their preconceived notions and, projections and all these other types of things directly out there. So again, I'm just trying to figure out, as a normal, everyday black male in America, how is it possible that conservative black men could ever at any point in time in America's history represent the properties or the ideologies and or beliefs or movements of white men? Somebody make that make sense. Just somebody make that make sense. That's all I'm trying to understand. because none of those black conservative males, they can't make it make sense to you because they know what it is. They know that they are there for their allotted amount of time that white people are going to allow them there in that place, and they're going to make it as best as possible. So whatever talking points they got to use to start talking heavily negative towards black community so that y'all will love them, they're going to sit up there and do it. And it's crazy. I would rather white people just sit up there and do it. If we're going to be honest, right? If we're supposed to be in the United States, if everything is supposed to be, honest, tried and true, white people, y'all need to start doing your own talking points. Stop allowing black folks out here to represent and speak for you. It makes no sense. It looks stupid. Now that within itself makes you look weak. And I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to sit up there and be honest. When you have anybody that is black representing you, you're white. Again, historically, you got the forefathers, right? Thomas Jefferson, all of those, folks directly up there, established, created America, modernized it, as you guys like to say, conquered the whole world. When at any point in time have you needed another group while you've gone out here and conquered the world? You needed them to represent you. I'm just waiting. We're in history. Because again, it doesn't make sense. Then that would mean that you're not really the conqueror that you say that you are. Because you would need the help of other people in order to do what it is that you've always wanted to do. So, like I said, it's a little bit weird to me. That seems very weak. And for whatever reason, you guys haven't relinquished that whole thing yet. Like I said, I'm waiting for a lot of white dudes out here to just like fully, just like, hey, for the black Republicans, we don't need y'all talking for us or to us anymore. Figure out what you're going to do. We got this. I'm waiting for y'all to actually do that, but for whatever reason, it's like y'all just don't do it. Y'all just keep making these dudes rich, multi-millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, when you could really be looking at some of these white boys directly out here who starting their platforms and trying to make them the next big thing. But for whatever reason, y'all not doing it. Again, it's quite weird to me. Again, I'm just trying to make it make sense to me. I guess maybe I'm just talking to myself at this point. I just got, a lot of things, traveling directly through, right? And I've noticed, looking directly through this, even when it deals with some of the trolls, they don't have a response for this. And like I said, because you can't give me one. You can't make one that's going to make logical sense, because in your heart of hearts, having somebody else of a different culture represent you makes you look weak, bar none. There's no ifs, ands, or buts directly about it. So y'all better, figure that out. Because if y'all keep this going, it's going to be looking real crazy. Y'all going to have fields of black men out here, black conservatives representing you and your talking points and supposedly your family, ideology, and your community. Then it's not you no more. It's not you no more. And then I want to put it to you like this as well, too. For the white guys out there, when you support a lot of these black conservative Republicans, you do realize that because you're putting those black guys on a pedestal, so to say, that your women are also looking at those guys as well too, because you're looking up to or supporting those men and their talking points. So you're putting the image of another man who is not of your community, not of your people, up above. And when people look up, they're not going to see you. When the women of your community, right? When your daughters look up, when the women of your community look up, right? When your young sons look up, they're not looking at you. They're looking at somebody else of a different community. So they're going to see more pride, more safety and whatnot or whatever directly in that other man versus a representation of you. So this is when I sat up there and said what I said earlier, where this makes you look weak because you're losing out on every single possible step where you can make yourself look and seem respectable, supposed to be, valued and it's supposed to be a protector and all these other types of things. You're losing out on all of that because you're allowing a whole nother man from a whole nother group to represent you. That's crazy. Diabolical. Anyways, somebody said, so you're making this about race. Now, obviously, you didn't listen to anything that I just said up there and stated. I want people to understand that the moment of time that you say that you're making this about race, America has always been about race. I'm a little bit confused. Like, stop with this whole thing of trying to make it seem like you just see human beings as human beings and that you don't see color. Everybody sees color. Like I said, even directly on this platform, I tell people all the time, I'm black all day long. When I look in the mirror, I see color. So it's like, what are we doing? I'm not going to be stupid and get online and be like, oh yeah, every time I wake up and I see myself, I see somebody that's transparent. I see clearness. I see invisibility. I look at myself and see a crystal bending light. Like, what are we doing out here? Like, this is so crazy. Like, people are so afraid at this moment in time to really sit up there and say that, yo, I can identify somebody because they have skin pigmentation. They got melanin directly. You know, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, move. Like, yo, move around. I'm sorry. Move around. Miss me with that whole thing of like, I don't see color and rah 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 and all this other. Because mind you, if anybody at any point in time, if they said that all of the characters in the Bible were black, I promise you, white people everywhere would see color and they would have a problem. You would have a lot of people becoming atheists overnight. So let's not play these games. Let's not do this. Let's not make it seem like you are better than thou. Let's not make it seem like you can't identify certain things. Let's just sit up there and be honest. And like I said, and I've said directly on this platform, like, hey, I got certain prejudices. It be like that. Like I said, but that's difference from somebody being racist. Complete 1000% difference. Right. But like I said, I stand 10 toes down directly on what I sit up there and say. Am I a prejudiced person? You are so 1000% right. 1000% right. And I have no problem with that. And if anybody else has a problem with that, then take it up with God. I don't know what to sit up there and tell you at the end of the day. At least I can actually be honest directly about that. While other people want to sit idly by and beat around the bush and act like, you know, things don't specifically exist. Like I said, I like when people are actually honest, right? And don't just lollygag around the whole thing, right? You say that you don't like black people, cool, no problem. I don't gotta like you either, and I'm going to be on a whole nother side. We don't got to walk past each other. You got that side of the block. Just don't say nothing to me. Then we got a problem. We good, right? We know where everybody stands. You know, that's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. Um, let me see. What was it? Somebody said, "Aren't we all Americans?" That depends on who you're talking to. Because the problem that we have directly at this moment in time is that you have individuals that want to have this is the best way I can sit up there and put it, right? And it still has to do with the whole thing with the local police, the DEA, the FBI, and within the black community. It still revolves around that whole same video, right? So at the moment in time, when it deals with the United States, we have the administration deciding that they wanted to fix certain things, right? Gashing wounds, as people like to sit up there and call it. And they're doing this to put a band-aid on a very large wound, right? And the main thing that I've stated is that if problems need to get fixed, then the government can easily help out the black community by giving money to community areas or whatnot, or whatever that are trying to fix. Let's say buildings, right? Maybe the black community wants to buy like a building for some type of business warehouse to employ other black people, right? That would help, you know, stave off a bit of crime. Right, that would also help to employ people, maybe get some people out of the streets or dire situations, or helping the black community, you know, facilitate monies to buy up the block or things of that nature. Right, all of these things would be very beneficial, and it would stave off or curb a lot of, you know, the crime or different things that are going on, you know, out here. Because as which has been stated and dictated before, is that if people are gainfully employed, if a lot of people are gainfully employed, then crime is going to be down. If a lot of people are not gainfully employed, then crime is going to be up, right? And then you're going to have something that is in between, in the middle, right? But the problem that has taken place, and again, this is when it circles back, is that you have other people that come directly over here. I'm primarily going to use the likes of what I normally talk about, those from the islands and those from the Africas. I'm just going to sit up and say it like that. You have certain people out here that have been very loud on social media, right? And they have basically stated that in a sense they serve two gods, right? That you have a lot of Africans that still, you know, sit up there and say like, home is Nigeria, da da da, all this other type of stuff, rah 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 rah, right? But yet you're in America. You've established yourself in America. America has built you the richness or the wealth that you currently have, right? They helped you also further establish your family, which would be live in poverty if you went directly back home. But yet, no matter how much they've established here in the United States as Africans, they still have an allegiance to Nigeria. And this is when I tell people that you cannot serve two gods. At a certain point in time, when those gods that are giving you your abilities or your powers, they find out that, yo, you are basically, trying to work with somebody else to get a little bit more, but I gave you everything. So now I'm going to strip from you what it is that I gave you, right? People are going to soon find out that you can't serve two gods. And America is a very jealous woman. America does not like it when the children there or the newcomers decide that they still want to give over allegiance. They still want to service, a whole, another country of they once came directly from. America's like, oh, so you want to sit up there? I am not enough directly for you. No problem. We're going to send you right back to whatever woman that you came from. That's how America works. And a lot of people are learning that out the hard way. Because at a point in time, it used to be at a point where people would assimilate. Like once they came directly to the United States, they would assimilate and do the things that were necessary. Now it comes to a point in time where people don't want to assimilate. They want to be here. They want to take part. They want to have their cake and eat it too. And not only that, right? This circles back into what I was mentioning earlier about helping out the Black community. You have a lot of these areas of which that the government is like, we're not going to help out the Black community, and we're not going to try to better the situation there to try to curb a lot of the things there, dealing with drugs, dealing with crime, and all these other types of things. We're not going to do anything to help the betterment of the Black community. But what we're going to do is we're going to help the betterment of those coming directly over. So it could be Africans or many different people, coming directly over. We're going to make sure to give them housing. We're going to give them some, SSI. We're going to give them medical assistance. We're going to, give them whatever it is that they need. We're even going to give them help on job assistance, make sure that they're gainfully employed. So instead of trying to make sure that those in the Black community are gainfully employed to curb the crime, you would rather, as the United States, help out another country's children coming here first. That's crazy. That's diabolical in nature. That is 1000% diabolical. Diabolical. Oh, Rough Adams, why you gotta be so tough, man? It's not that difficult to understand what it is that I'm saying, but you're telling me that I need to move away, but yet you're here on this platform. It's diabolical work. That's that is diabolical. Diabolical. But anyways, let's continue on with the next video.
Already seen somebody. God damn.
Jackie Chan up there. Hey.
Already came right here. Look, they got the whole unit.
Look at that. All of those cops, man.
Came right here, man. They already came right here. They already came. They already came. Ain't no guns right here. Ain't no guns right here, man. They already came. Y'all might as well go ahead, man. They already came right here. Hey, Marsh, go ahead, Marsh, man. They already came right here, Marsh, man. Marsh,
let me point some out. So let me see if I can read his what is his, let me see what's the back. Okay, so that is the police department. So I want people to realize one thing, right? There was because I've been monitoring the police for quite some time when it deals with a lot of this content. And over the years, within like 10 years, I'll sit up there and say 5, 10, whatever. You started to see a lot more white boys, cops, who got these arm sleeve tattoos. Before, this was frowned and it was looked down upon. Like you could not catch a white boy with like no tatted up knuckles, no wrist, no sleeves, nothing on their neck or collarbone. Now all of a sudden you got these white boys in there with tattoos. And I'm like, if I'm to really, assess the situation and to look at it the exact same way as the LAPD looks at, folks out there in the streets, if they got tattoos, they say that tattoos are a part of gang culture. That's the main identifier for gangs. If I'm to analyze that and take that point of view from the LAPD and how it is that they move, anytime I see these white boys who are cops and they got tattoos and arm sleeves, oh, this is gang culture. That's clear-cut gang culture. It's a gang within a gang. And I've covered that before, especially dealing with the LAPD. You got the Banditos and all these other groups that were directly in there. So you have the cops that were already in the gang, right? Back to blue. Then behind that whole thing, you had a cop gang, right? And when they were talking about those cop gangs, they stated that in order to move up ranks and different things of that nature, you had to do certain things. So you had to like brutalize, somebody, maybe a certain amount of brutalizations at a certain time period. You had to take or you had to shoot at somebody, right? Or maybe you had to be wounded, right, in combat, or you had to take somebody's life, right? So you would gain your stripes, a variety of ways. So not only are you gaining stripes by being a cop, but you're gaining stripes by being within this cop gang and things of that nature. But then, the main person who was the head of, the LAPD out there said that, oh no, there is no, cop gangs and this. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. You're amongst gang culture. You mean to tell me that somehow, some way, that type of lifestyle that people are living is not going to infiltrate into your business or into your daily life, where you're going to tend to emulate that? Yeah, that's BS. Because if I'm going to look at it that way, we got to sit up there and look at the suburbs and rap music, right? If we go back to the 80s and the 90s and maybe the early 2000s, white kids wasn't really, dressing like urban, right? As people would like to sit up to say, that's normally what they would call black dressing, right? Urban wear. That's the white version of it, right? They weren't normally dressing like that. But up until, some time later, a generation or whatnot passes through, and now you got people that are just in it. You see the white boys coming out here. They got, some of the braids. They wearing the do-rags. They got the cornrows. They getting the lineups and the tapers and all. Like I said, normal stuff that you would never see in a million years in the white community, right? On top of the usage of vernacular, linguistics, when it deals with slang and all of these other types of things, directly out there. Including, of course, going back to the way that people tend to dress and all this other type of stuff. Like I said, you wouldn't see this at a certain point in time, but because it was so close, it infiltrated and it came directly in, and people adopted it, right? The same exact way that the police, that same way that the gang culture did with the police. So, like I said, I don't know what to tell people, but let's continue.
I don't want to talk. You swear you don't never. Hey, Chan, watch out, Chan. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, Chan. Ain't nothing going on. They came right here already, man. They came right here. We call him Chan. We call him Chan since you want to keep asking. Jackie Chan. The fuck? The fuck did you keep telling me that? Like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, Mr. Jackie Chan. This man said, why are you so obsessed with the color of people's skin? Do you not really? Okay, let me explain this again. I'm Black American. I look at my skin, I automatically see color. For whatever, however it basically worked, the universe, God, whoever it is that you believe in, decided that, these people are, unique. So let me mark these unique people. Let me give them some pigmentation. Let me give them some color. If this was a coloring book, we are some of the most colored people directly out here. So, like I said, I don't know how it is that you find it to be a problem that I am fixated or focused on color. I wake up in color every single day. Like, I'm a little bit confused. Like, what do you like? So I'm supposed to look at myself as crystal clear, transparent, a prism. Like how, are you dense? Are you dense? Like, I'm not, it's not supposed to register every time I wake up when I see my hands. Yo, I'm a black man. That's not supposed to register. That's not supposed to be there. I'm supposed to be like, I woke up today as a human being. Let me move as such. Get out of here with that nonsense, because the sun is going to tell me something. This is what I want you to do. Who is that? Living Hunter. I want you to tell me, why is it? I want you to question, why is it that the sun is so focused on color? Explain that to me. And if you're wondering what I'm trying to get towards, let me explain it to you. Explain to me that why it is that when I go out into the sun, I feel loved. I feel nurtured. I feel like I'm getting recharged, re-energized, right? I feel like the the universe is sending down a message directly through every single one of my cells, right? Now, when I look at other groups of people directly out here that don't have melanin or lack thereof, yeah, it's not exactly the same way. It seems like an adverse, effects. It seems like when vampires go into the sun and they're not supposed to be in the sun, this is why they walk at night. They start burning. Ah, help me! Ah, yes, it's like that type of thing. So you got to explain that to me. You got to explain it to me. I mean, D Money does have a point. He is correct. For anybody out there that, in a sense, lacks melanin, you do happen to change colors if it's cold, or during other times and events throughout life. You do happen to change colors, but it's not permanent, right? Even the Incredible Hulk went through a few different shades before he went through green. So I mean, you do have the ability to change colors, but it takes some existential type of force in order to make that happen, and again, it's not permanent. Just saying. That's all I'm saying. James Hill said the funny thing is black is an absence of color. I mean, it could be in a sense, right? It doesn't have the main normal colors that you would be able to see, in a sense, with the naked eye, right? But this is what I'm saying, right? When you look at the universe, right? When you look out at the sky when it's nighttime, do you see an all white background or is it all black? Is it hot white when you look at the universe, when you look at the galaxy and everything, or is it a rich, deep darkness that is able to hold and hide some of the greatest treasures that we can't even fathom? Let me know. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is all I'm saying. Anyways, let's continue with these videos.
Give me somewhere to go that has more stuff than just weed.
Hey, Brody.
That's it.
So I
You
want y'all
dead
to
serious,
understand,
bro.
this
If I
white
know
boy
someone that
who was a
has
cop.
crack,
He's like, yo, if y'all don't
gun,
really want us here, yo, just tell me where they got some, some drugs at. Tell me, where some money at, where some drugs at, and I'll happily go there. Again, this is him fishing. This is him trying to set this black dude up, like, yo, where the plug at? Like, yo, we are getting all of y'all stuff directly from, and all this other type of. Again, he don't know. The white boy don't know nothing. He don't got no information. He don't got no paperwork. He's just out there because these are his orders. But now he's trying to sit up there and fish and get information directly from the black people there, directly in that community. Right? Two birds with one stone. Let me just replay this one more time. Right?
what?
Say what you just said one more time.
About what? Me not caring about your paycheck?
Nah, you said something else.
I was saying, give me somewhere to go that has more stuff than just weed.
Hey, Brody.
That's it.
You dead serious, bro.
If you know someone that has crack, fit, guns, anything like that, I'll go there.
Hey, bro, get your goofy ass on.
Nah, man.
You one of the goofiest officers I ever met.
right.
On my daughter, bro. Why you doing that right now,
Doing
fool?
what?
Talking about meth and coke. Why do that? What did that have to do with us, bro? You talking about show you
He's
this?
telling us that we're wasting our time. So I said, you give me something better to do.
Well, why? We don't know what you talking about, bro. You just talking at this point, bro. Don't do that. Just let them do their job and don't do that, bro. Because you paint a picture.
Whoa, he said you are the biggest what? What was that?
Do that, bro. Because you paint a picture.
Okay. But anyways, going back to this white boy here, this is again going back to what I stated before, why the black community does not like the police, because y'all do shit like this. White folks, I want y'all to be, I want to be very, very, very clear, crystal clear, transparent as you are. This is what y'all do. This is what your boys tend to do when they come directly into our communities, right? And I want to know, this white boy is talking more than likely to a grown black male. But y'all sons be coming into our communities talking to our sons like this, that are 12, that are 8 years old, 15. And because they're not adults, y'all really try to intimidate and press a situation directly on them that has nothing to do with them. You try to use coercion, you try to use fear, you try to use other tactics in order to try to fish for and get other types of information. Or better yet, to get them to agree to doing something that they initially had nothing to do with. They didn't commit the crime, they didn't commit the act, but because you're looking for somebody and you don't want to be on desk duty or on whatever punishment because you really got to get this done, you're going to sit up there and try to hem somebody up real quick. This is how, within the history of the United States, that the cops and many others have hemmed up a lot of black men and gotten them directly off of this plane of existence because of fear and coercion and many other tactics that they tend to use, especially back in the previous days. I'm pretty sure they probably waterboarded people back then too. But, you know, like I said, got a lot of people in my comment section. No, why are you so focused on color? Why are you so focused on race? Because I'm not looking at a whole bunch of black cops going through the suburbs harassing white people. We all know that would never happen. The government would never allow it to happen. The police force would never allow it to happen. And white people would never allow it to be happen. I'm clearly looking at white folks, white boys going into the black community. Don't matter if they're considered to be ICE, local police, DEA, or the FBI, all of them. Y'all going through the black community, fishing, trying to stir up, trying to start something because you're looking for a catalyst so that you would have a justifiable reason to do the things that you've always wanted to sit up there and do. And you think that we're blind to this. You think that it's not obvious. Okay. That's some crazy work. Diabolical in nature. You said, don't be stupid. The Hulk is not a real person. You do realize that I'm using the Hulk as an example. That's clearly what that is. I'm not sure why people are so stupid that they get caught up on the example. It could be Superman or who not, whatever. It's still the same thing. I can basically say that, in a sense, Superman is close to black people, right? Or at least the theory or the model of that people basically took and made into a white character. Because like I said before, when I describe the sun, I need to have white folks describe the sun for me, because like I said, I feel like we got two different explanations. Because everything that, in a sense, minus, in a sense, the whole thing of like, I'm able to sit up there and fly. I got X-ray vision, microscopic vision, telescopic vision, and all this other type of stuff. Other than that, for me, when I go out into the sun, I do feel stronger. I do feel, recharged. I do feel, nurtured. It feels loving. It feels like a kiss from the universe. Like I said, that's what Superman feels when you see him getting charged up by the sun, other than the movie that they just did where he had fractures, lacerations, broken bones, and they gave him, a high dose, of that in a very quick amount of time. But I'm just saying, naturally, normally, whenever you see Superman move and he's just out there in space in front of the sun, just taking in all of that, yeah, that's how black people feel every single day. Like I said, I've yet to sit up there and see other people out here describe the sun the same way that black people describe it. Because like I said before, it affects us differently. I'm not dealing with skin cancer. There's a certain demographic out here in the United States that when they go out in the same sunlight that I go out into, you have more of a chance of gaining skin cancer than I ever would in a lifetime. So again, our reactions, our body's reactions, our melanin, because magically everybody want to say that they got melanin, it reacts vastly differently. That's all I'm saying. Somebody said, what is that? Doreen Cogli, whatever that is. You said get over it. I mean, what am I supposed to get over? I'm a little bit, and you wrote it twice. I don't know what I'm supposed to get over. Tippy said, I have a question for only black people, but I'll ask it in another platform. I got you, Tippy. I got you. But yeah, that's all I'm trying to set up. I'm like, I don't understand what I'm supposed to, specifically get over, but it'd be like that. But let's. Oh wait, Sham said Doreen was shadow banned. Dang, that's cold blooded. It'd be like that though. This is the one thing I love about like I said, I don't know if St. Charles, I could guess, but I don't know if St. Charles is actually white or not. St. Charles has come to the inkling, like the people before him, where they theorize, they're like, yo, we get it. You hate white people. The thing is, it's like, do you want me to say that? Or is this just like some theory that don't ban Charles? Don't ban Charles. Leave Charles directly in here. Because I just wanna figure out the conversation here, right? St. Charles travels. So what specifically of what I'm saying states that I hate white people? Like where out of again this live stream, we've been going for about like an hour and 2 seconds. Out of the live stream, what specifically have I stated where I'm like, yo, Seji hates white people? Now, am I stating that I hate white people, or am I showing you like case in point example like this white gentleman here, this white male here? Am I showing you examples of white men of which that black people refer to? Like which one is it? Because it seems as though St. Charles that you and many others tend to get emotionally triggered when you guys say that you are the most emotionally logical individuals, out here, right? But for whatever reason, every time y'all come directly on this platform, you come to this random conclusion that I hate white people. I never said that. Let me do the same thing that white people normally do. I got white people in my family. I got white people in my family. So within that by itself, within proximity, how could I ever sit up there and hate white people? White people say that all the time, but it gets me. It just causes me to chuckle. It's like Lord have mercy. Um, but yeah, it's crazy because to me it seems as though that it's a projection going on, right? That historically we can pinpoint and find points in time where white folks legitimately like, yeah, y'all hate black people. We can do that. We can go back through in time and history, and it's not because white people, it's not because I'm sorry. Reason. That's all I'm looking for. Could you give me a reason as to why it is that you're saying what it is that you're saying? Because again, to me, it doesn't make any type of sense. Just to be real. It doesn't make any sense. We got a Ty in the chat saying once again, trolls miss me with the BS. shout out to shout out to Ty for the $2 donate to the channel. Much love, respect, and appreciation. And my grandma. I swear only Tippy. Oh man. I swear to goodness. St. Charles said once again, your feed dropped. Ask it again. Well, what tends to happen, right? If the feed happens to drop, I guess that's YouTube or whatever that's basically happening or going on because of the conversation. And again, I try to have an open dialogue. I try to have an open conversation, with folks directly out here in order to, just see where people are, to see where people are specifically thinking. So to back to what Charles was saying, I'm trying to just figure out, right? At what point in a live stream did I specifically say that I, SEIJIHITO, hate white people? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Out of the whole duration of an hour and 6 minutes that we've been live, at this moment in time, I'm trying to figure out, pinpoint that directly to me. Because the only thing I can tell you is that I've showcased white folks out here of which are a problem. right, that are part of a broader system, which makes things even more complicated, right? I've shown you again this white male here who decided to go up to a black male and state that, yo, show me where the drugs and the guns are, and I don't have to be here. Why on God's green earth would you sit up there and go up to a black man and say that? That seems a little bit weird. That it seems like you know, that seems like some type of stereotype, as if every single black man out here knows where guns, drugs, prostitutes, and everything like that is located. Like, what are we doing out here? That's wild. That's like me going up to somebody white and sitting up here saying like, yo, where the meth at? Where the fent? I'm supposed to think automatically every single white person knows about this drug and where it's located? That's crazy to me. That's like me thinking that every single white dude out here is like Walter White in Breaking Bad. You just cooking up somewhere. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, you know, it's diabolical in nature. But I'm just, you know, I'm just trying to figure out. And it seems to me, like I said before, maybe I have to repeat it again if I could, you know, get it verbatim, is that there's a lot of projection that is going on when it deals with these topics and these conversations dealing with race, when white people happen to see them and it's black people talking. Because historically speaking, there are notes, books, videos, or whatnot, whatever. Even I have some of them, where at various times throughout history, since the inception of the United States, where white people have come out honestly and be like, they hate black people for a variety of reasons. Right. But one of the main reasons was specifically because they're black, specifically because their skin color. Right. And a lot of those folks who said that during those timelines are still alive and well at this moment in time. So that's why I'm a little bit confused when white people are like, oh, that was so far long ago. And this, I'm like, but you still got those people in homes right now. Those people are still living with you, amongst you, still in your communities. And if they're still here, then that means that they're also still able to talk those same talking points. Right. They can indoctrinate little white kids into those exact same beliefs in that exact same way and walk of life. So it's never ever gone. It's never ever far away. It's right there. It may be just a few more steps away versus it being directly in the home, but it's still there and it's still present. So for me, being as a black American, it's a little bit confusing to see those out there projecting, right, what it is that they would normally naturally do onto others, when the only main thing that black Americans have ever tried to do is just live peacefully. We just wanted to coexist. We wanted to be deemed and seen as equals. That's all we wanted. We even gave y'all the whole thing with separation. Like, a lot of black folks was not even trying to integrate with y'all. It was like, hey, we got our own black towns and cities. But the moment in time that we had those black towns and cities, black people didn't bring those down. Y'all did. Y'all burned them down. Y'all bombed them. Right? You were running through there with guns, mowing people down like it was the St. Valentine's Day massacre. And not only that, you would sit up there and go through and rummage and pillage through all of those homes and take all of that stuff directly back to your house. And then you would sit there and wait for the newspaper to be printed. And you'd be like, ah, yeah, it's the blacks again. Look at what they're doing. They can never seem to take care of their own. Huh? Look at that. We'll always be better. That's what y'all always do. Y'all even still do it to this day. Like I said, this is when I refer back to Detroit and how it is that white folks from the suburbs will come directly through to Detroit, and they would go directly to a lot of these games. And it don't matter if it's a college game or if it's a normal football or baseball game, whatever it is, white people will start messing stuff up. Because for whatever it is, it don't matter if y'all win or if y'all lose. Win or lose, and you put alcohol directly in the mix, it's over. Y'all start tearing up stuff. Trash is everywhere. Y'all want to start causing bonfires. Y'all want to set people cars on fire. Y'all want to start throwing bricks through buildings and all this other time. Y'all start doing the most chaotic stuff. And then after y'all are said and done in Detroit, y'all go right back home. Now y'all turn on the 11 o'clock news, be like, oh, yep, the blacks. Of course, it's Detroit. Look at the blacks burning stuff down. Can never take care of their own stuff. Look at what they sit up there and do. Huh, we don't need them around here. That's what y'all do. That's what y'all do. And then y'all turn around and y'all come directly to my platform and y'all make it seem like I'm the one preaching hate. No. You wish. you like I said, the craziest part is that y'all can never admit is that you want me to be the monster that you can create so that you can have a justification as to why it is that you hate black people directly out here. as to why it is that you believe the stereotypes directly out here. That's what you want. Because maybe at certain points in times, that's what you've been able to get. You've been able to sit up there and put certain things directly down and formulate and make certain black people into certain things. Okay, cool. But now we're at a point in time where all of those same plans, all those same things that you're used to and that you normally done by way of your police, by way of your government agency, by way of your judicial system, ain't none of that stuff working. So now you're out here just projecting, and you don't have anything that's giving you the full-on right to even do so, to even have the belief. You have nothing at this moment in time. So now you guys are going directly back to, oh, but look at the blacks, look at the crimes that they commit. Okay, fine, cool, right? Crime within proximity, right? You got that. Cool, no problem. We do that more than anybody else, right? Nobody else can sit up there and compare to crime in proximity when it deals with black Americans doing it to themselves. Right now, if we swap it directly over and we deal with crime within proximity, I'm sorry, let me put it to the media terms. When we deal with white on white crime within the suburbs, within the white community, black people can't put a candle directly to that. We can't sit up there and touch that at all. But you see how that works though, right? You see how black people have their own thing and situation to deal with, and you see how white people have their own problem and situation to deal with, but only one group is fixated on the other group. See how that works? Notice how white people are fixated on whatever it is that black people are doing instead of being focused on whatever white people are doing in the white community and trying to fix that up. Trying to come together and pick up some plans. See how that works? Like I said, this is why you guys got so much drug usage, alcoholism, DUIs, crimes against the family, and many others in your communities, and it's going unchecked because a lot of the same men who are supposed to be checking these crimes, who are part of the DA, the law, the judicial system, the government, and the police, are the exact same men contributing to said crimes and protecting the predators. And like I said, I've done stories on these things before. But like I said, white folks, y'all don't like to, actually delve into that because it makes you look bad. It be like that, though. It be like that. Like I said, it's not like somebody's actually working against you and trying to set you up, right? So you can't say that you're, in a sense, victims. This is why y'all don't really tend to focus or fixate on your crimes or even list the percentages, because you can't blame nobody else but you. Now, on the other hand, when it deals with the black community, again, like I said before, you have crime within proximity that does happen. I can be honest about that. That's cool. But then we also have the very weird thing of military grade style guns and things of that nature ending up in random vans that are just like somewhere off in the black community. Or let me go back to the time of was it the pandemic? I think it was, or maybe it was somewhere back during 2019. But there was a story that I did. I think it took place in Chicago. Somebody in the comment section can let me know, right? But oddly enough, there was an 18-wheeler. It was an abandoned 18-wheeler that was full of Nike products, just left in an impoverished community in the black community. Color me surprised on how those 18-wheelers just randomly ended up there. Now, who would park those 18-wheelers there? Knowing the fact that you got people starving, people that need money, people that are just trying to look for like any little type of happiness. Now, color me surprised on when I heard that the police were then going to try to set up sting operations and look for the people who stole from those 18-wheelers. And then color me surprised when the police, during that time, the chief was sitting up there trying to condemn and say this, that, and the third. How about you not set up people that are in certain conditions that would then lead them to do certain things? How about that one? How about that one? Like how many people would literally go into a lion's den with a pack of lions that haven't been fed in 5 months? How many people are going to do that? Don't you think that would be a very dangerous situation? Don't you think that would mean that those lions would attack and go after anything that looks like it could potentially give them a little bit of sustenance, a little bit of nutrients, a little bit of staving off that hunger? But like I said before, white people don't have that exact same thing where they can sit up there and say it's the government or somebody else. And I think that's the problem right there. It's as if like white people want to be able to do it, but yet they don't want to do it. But yet it's like we got to find a way to, get within that the blacks are able to do. They can blame everybody for their problems, but it's like when we look around, I can only see myself. It's like we don't have a leeway. We don't have an out to specifically do this. So it's like, what forever will we do? We can't blame the government because that's us. We can't blame the police because that's us. We can't blame the judicial system for putting the criminals, in and out and not really locking them up because that's still us as well. So what we can do is we can at least try to blame the blacks for the crimes. We could blame them for the guns. We could blame them for the drugs. We can blame them for the break-ins, right? We can at least have somebody else to blame when it's dealing with those things there, right? It's crazy work. It's diabolical. Sham says Sergio was patient. He got to get that ban. He started going too far. Well, I didn't even read the comments. Boy, you said you are full of it. What do you do to make a difference in Detroit? Oh, you talking about the place that more than likely you've never been? Oh, this is how I know. See, this is let me showcase this, folks. This is how you know that this is a white person and they're old. Right? It's identifiable. All you got to do is just allow enough people the leeway to walk, and they'll sit up there and talk. Right? This person said gangster killed Patrick, but white folks. Dog, you do realize you're talking about some stuff. What is that, like over like 20 years ago? Are you serious? Is it Mike Duggan still the mayor at this moment in time? You're talking about Kilpatrick. That's the best that you got. You talking about Kwame Kilpatrick. Word, brother? That's what the funniest part is, like I told people before, and I love telling the story, because again, it has an effect. White people don't understand this, but for a lot of other black folks out there, you will. Let me just let you know. Yo, what's up, Hack? Shout out for the $2 dono. Man said base Annan B1. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Let me go back up there. Let me see. Let me go back up. So wait, what did Sham say? Sham said, what is Kilpatrick? Okay, so Sham, okay, because again, Detroit born and raised. Kwame Kilpatrick was the mayor of Detroit. He was one of the youngest mayors and had the utmost potential during the time of being the mayor of Detroit. Right, it was almost like an Obama moment in a sense for black people in Detroit. To see like such a young man with a lot of a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of leeway to do so many beautiful things. Right, the craziest thing is that for this person here, St. Charles Travels, I promise you he never met Kwame Kilpatrick, and I promise you he never even lived in the same neighborhood. Growing up, and I love telling the story, like I said before, I went down the street to the school that was directly on the block. Right now, my schools are getting a little bit, like mixed up because I've been quite a few places. Hallie was a whole different ways away. I'll have to sit up there and talk to my mom now because it's been a minute. But from where I was, we got a park up the street, right? In the area, and again, it's a black area. I'm not going to specifically, name the area. People can look it up and they'll happen to find it if you find out where Kwame Kilpatrick originally stayed before he made it to the Manugian Mansion, right? You'll find out where that block is, right? And on that same block, that's where I play basketball and whatnot or whatever, right? So every single day that I would walk and go to school before he moved into the Manugian Mansion, I would see him and his wife and his two sons come directly out. I got to sit up there and say, "What's up?" Right? Got to, shake hands and, stuff like that. Saw like the security. I almost want to say Secret Service, but you saw the security and whatnot directly with them. They got into their black vehicles and they, went off, dropped the kids off to school and went off to do whatever it is that they needed to sit up and do. But I, as a young black male, got to sit up there and see something for me that was the closest that I would ever get to like something in a comparison to like a president. That's the closest that I would be able to get. And that affected me in such a positive way. It's like I don't really think I could still try to make people understand that, right? But like I said, white people don't understand that because they always see themselves everywhere. They always hobnobbing and talking to like rich folks directly out here in these types of doorways and going to these dinners, luncheons, going to the Hiltons and the Hamptons and all this other type of stuff and rah, right? So they don't actually understand. They just look at the negative part. Somebody like what is it? St. Charles could never tell you the positive impact that Kwame Kilpatrick had. Right on my block, we had the whole thing that was going on again in Detroit. There was a thing called Devil's Night. Devil's Night was the whole thing where arson would break out. That was basically during the time of Halloween. There would always be arsons for whatever reason, somehow, some way. There would always be an arson that would take place, right, in different things. During the time of Kwame Kilpatrick, they came up with Angels Night. So instead of it being Devil's Night, it would be Angels Night. And what people would do is you would have groups in the community go around. They would have their T-shirts and their flashlights and different things of that nature. And they will patrol from the moment in time that the sun would go down, that you would have the kids going out there trick-or-treating, to the time that it was time for the kids to go back. They would be out there in the streets, flashlights and all, to basically stave off that type of behavior. The numbers go down when it dealt with the arson, when it dealt with the fires being spread throughout areas in Detroit. And again, that was a positive thing. And for whatever reason, a lot of these folks out here never want to actually highlight that. They want to highlight the downfall of whenever it is that somebody black, they want to really, they want to gloat. Oh yeah, yeah. Look at what he did. Jail time, prison, this is that. He lost everything. Right. But yet you never want to talk about the positive effects, because that's right, you don't know, because you're not actually in and of the black community. You're not actually there to see it, because that's not your main focal point. Your focal point, DNA wise, is to fixate on any and every single thing negative that black people do. So this is why when you got white companies like, let's say, like Enron, and when you got the economic crisis and all of these things, when it solely has to do with white people being in control of the finances and the money and how everything is going, y'all don't got nothing to say. Bernie Madoff ran off with a lot of white folks' money, but I don't see y'all saying nothing. But y'all make sure, though, to bring up Kwame Kilpatrick, though. We're talking about, like, this is like 20-some years ago. Let me see. I got to look that up myself. That's how far back we talking. Let me see. Let me see. When was Kwame Kilpatrick mayor of Detroit? Yeah, so we're talking circa 2002 to 2006. Brother, what? So like I said before, that's basically 20 years ago. You're stuck 20 years ago focusing on somebody black. Like, dog, you need to get your life together. And you're talking about some stuff that never even affected you, had nothing to do with you at all. Didn't even make you look bad, or it didn't affect you positively or negatively, but you're fixated on it because it got something to do with somebody black. Wild. Bernie Madoff, though, all the government officials that helped out with the economic crisis, right? And they bailed out the big three, Chrysler, GM, and Ford, and they also bailed out the banks, and they left white people destitute, white families destitute out there in the streets. Where's your mouth running? Where's your mouth overflowing for that? Nowhere. Like I said, that's crazy to me. And then on top of that, to also go into the other thing dealing with Kwame Kilpatrick, on top of just dealing with that whole situation of Angels Night, you also had other initiatives where they would go through the blocks and they would, in a sense, beautify it by planting trees. And those trees are still, one of the trees is still in front of the previous house that I lived in. All of those trees. And I remember when they came through and they planted those trees, and I thought that was dope. And I was like, yo, I really want to be a part of this initiative. Like, I want to, go around. I want to help clean up and all this other, like I said, like the effect that things like that have, like, you can't really explain that to white folks and other people that's not a part of the black, because they're not going to understand it, because they've never been through the same situations and had a lot of these negative things placed on or spoken about them. So it's like it puts you in a certain type of mentality, right? So then when you start to actually see it's different, it's like, yo, you get like this yearning to like, yo, I want to go out there and like you literally have your hand out and it's like, yo, give me a t-shirt and a shovel or whatnot. Let me clean, let me help clean up. Let me help, do some stuff and all this other. Like I said, these are a lot of things that white people don't see. They don't study. They're not even trying to figure out. They're not trying to get any information up because they don't care. Because the positive does not sell. It means little to nothing to them, especially if it's black people doing it. When it's everybody else, though, it's completely different. Like I said, you had black kids out there that were, or I'll just put it to a different example. A video that I covered of a young black boy, I think he might have had a hot dog stand or a lemonade stand. He was out there trying to make a buck. Right? It was clean. It was nothing, wrong with it. It's the same thing that kids have been doing, since whenever kids were able to sit up there and do a lemonade, hot dog, whatever stand, right? Lo and behold, somebody decided to call the police. Let me promise you, it wasn't anybody black. Because black people understand it's like, yo, he hustling out here. He's trying to, make a little bit of money. He's young, he's probably like 10, 11 years old. So he can't really get, his own job, but he's being an entrepreneur. Right? He's taking the initiative. He's taking the first step. So go out there, young blood and sit up there and get your money. White people sit up there and see him like, what are you doing? Do you know what the ordinance are? Do you know that this is too close to the curb? You're doing this on a public sidewalk, so you're obstructing. You're on the grass, and this is actually the city, and you're near this water entry line, or you're near the fire hydrant. That's actually a hazard. And I'm going to sit there and call the police because you shouldn't be doing this. And hopefully they da-da-da and all this. Like I said, it's always every single time. It's always some white folks doing something. And I didn't cover these videos. You didn't have black kids selling candy, black kids doing hot dog stands, other types of stands, lemonade stands, or whatnot, or whatever. And somehow, some way, you guys pull up to the scene and you want to sit up there and call the police. You want to disturb that. But yet, when it's white kids directly in your community, when it's little Susan and she got like a little lemonade stand with, girl power and flower power and all this other type of stuff directly up there. Oh, you got the Hells Angels rolling directly up there. You got the military boys rolling up there. You got the police rolling directly up there. You got the mayor giving her the key to the city. Right? It's the most empowering and beautiful thing that a white child could ever sit up there and do. But when you see somebody black doing the exact same thing, oh, it's a crime being committed. And y'all got the nerve to pull up on the scene and ask me, isn't everybody American? Obviously not. Because if you let two kids, one white and one black, do the exact same thing, let me know how that treatment goes. Let me know how the police responds. Had the unstable connection again. That's diabolical. Diabolical in nature. It'd be like that though. It'd be like that. Wait, let me see. Hack. Can you hear me? Let me know. Write something directly in the chat real quick. Okay, yeah, you can hear me. Yeah. So that's why I said before, normally when I happen to have these conversations and I'm being direct and I'm being straightforward, this is magically what happens when it deals with, doing live streams. Magically, we got connections dropping. It's not dropping. I'm going to tell you, it's not dropping on my side. It's not dropping on my side. My internet is completely fine and dandy. Again, outside of my control. Outside of my control. We got this person up here said, you poor victim. You know what? It's completely fine and dandy because there's going to come a moment in time where white people are going to be the true victims. And that's by way of your police. That's by way of your military personnel. That's going to be by way of your government, your judicial system. You are going to be the true, real victims directly out here at a moment in time. Like I said, it's crazy. Somebody said maybe it's different here. Somebody said not all police are bad. Well, I guess not all snakes are poisonous, but we're not going to lock ourselves in a room with 100 and try to figure out which ones are poisonous and are not. So let's not play those games. Let's not get stupid. Let's not get stupid. So, all right. So let me just segue into another video here real quick. Right here we go. Wait, now I gotta wait for it to show up. What's happening? It's really not showing up. Where does it do? That is not. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Nope, having connection problems. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're having some unique connection problems here. I guess YouTube is not really liking honest conversations directly out here. Be like that though. Again, much love, respect, and appreciation. Ah, let me see. So let's go to this video here. Let's go directly into this and let's see what these police had to deal with here. Let's see this.
He just want to see how a man feel. That's all. Look at him. You said I can record all the way up here. I'm always. You said all the way up here, right? I'm all the way up here.
You had to let that brother go. I wonder what happened. You got all those
mad as shit. You a dick rider. Little mad ass.
And you had to sit up there and let
so
him
what?
go. Telling me surprise. Look at that, looking like a clown.
Look at you. Look at that. Hey, let me see your gut face. Hey, let me see your gut face. Hey, let me see your gut face. You thought you had a lock up. Let me see your gut face. Let me see your gut face. Hey, let me see your gut face.
Nothing. Now you're sitting up there looking like clown.
Hey, George Lopez. George Lopez. On my mother. On my mother. On my
Look at that.
Mother, you a bitch. Hey, you know you going famous. My shit hit 100K with you on there, boy.
All right, so now we're going to switch it up and we're going to go to a little bit of a more serious video. I'm not sure why it's going to the two-part what's the name on here though. Now I gotta wait for this because I guess we're having connection issues, which is crazy. Which realistically I shouldn't be having connection issues, but it'd be like that though. But like I said before, this is part of the course. Whenever you want to actually have normal conversations with folks. Why is this acting funny? See something real quick. All right. So now I had to just swap over real quick. But yeah, now we're going to deal with the situation here. So let me just preference this by sitting up there saying that I, as the you know, platform content creator. At no point in time is this a way to, you know, try to dismiss the actual occurrences of, you know, essay and things like that taking place and happening. Like I said, for those out there who have gone through it, my condolences. Sorry that you had to suffer and go directly through that. But this video, as well as when I happen to put this in a solo form video, this is to basically further show why it is so very difficult for me and many others directly out there to believe wholeheartedly whenever it is that you have a person deciding that they want to quote unquote tell a story of SA, right? So we're going to listen to this long on her variety of videos on what she had to basically state, and we're going to, you know, figure. So let's play this out.
Just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my assault. Hey guys, I just lost my job. And they won't tell me why. You the reason why? Told me that they can't. Deactivated me! Pun while DoorDash police are the only way to make money! 4 hours, I know. But I have an update as of October 16th, 2025. But first and foremost, I just want to thank everybody for the overwhelming support and allyship that you've shown me. It's really making me feel so validated and seen and heard. And that's really helping me through this tough time. So I just want to let you guys know I really appreciate the outpouring of support. So the update is, last night I was made aware, a bunch of people started commenting on my pages that DoorDash made a public statement about me on their TikTok story and on their most recent Instagram post in the comment section. And I'm not going to speak too much further on details, but what I am going to out why I lost my job at the exact same time. I didn't find out before you guys. I'm just letting you know this right now. The people that saw their public statements and made me aware that they made those public statements knew why I lost my job before I did. Because I went and I checked my email once I was made aware that they made those public statements, and they sent me the deactivation email around the same time they released the public statements, like literally within the same hour. So they sent me my deactivation email explaining my reason for being deactivated a whole 24 hours after they deactivated me, and a whole 24 hours after I already submitted my appeal, and about 12 hours after they had already denied my appeal. They finally sent me the email explaining why they fired me. So I and the rest of the world, that's the update. Hey guys, so yep, 24 hours after me submitting my appeal, they denied it. And in the email they said, you can respond to the previous email that you received explaining the reason why you were deactivated. So last night I contacted one support agent. We sat on the phone for 25 minutes, and then she transferred me to the community response team. The person on the community response team told me that was the highest team I could get to. There's literally nobody else she could transfer me to. I could hang up the phone and call back and then get transferred to the community response team again. So I sat on the phone with her for another 25, 30 minutes, and she told me that she couldn't tell me. There's no way that they could tell me what the reason why I just lost my job. You guys, my account is currently at risk of being banned because I had to explain my story one time, right? They took the video down and gave my account a strike. So I explained my story again and censored the video that I have just so they can't take it down for the same reason. They took it down for the same reason again, and now my account has a second strike. Guess what? If I get one more strike, I'm banned from TikTok. So not only did I get assaulted 3 days ago on October 12th on Sunday, I then lost my job. The police are doing nothing. And if I get one more account strike on TikTok, my account's done. This is a man's world. I'm the victim. Remember? I'm the victim. And they took down my video. They were going to have to pay me for my second story time because that was over a minute long. They were going to have to pay me for all those views I got. So nope, they took that right down. They took that right down. Absolutely not. They're not paying me for that. Nope. 3 days ago, October 12th, 2025, I was a victim of SA by a DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver. Excuse me if you've already seen this. This is my third time posting this because TikTok keeps silencing me and taking my videos down and giving me strikes. So if I get one more strike, you guys, I'm just letting you know right now my account is going to be banned. So I'm going to try to word this as chill as possible to avoid getting this video striked. So on October 12th, 2025, the DoorDash customer requested that their order be left at their front door. When I arrived at their front door was wide open. Their lights were on. And they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles, and they were indecently exposed to me. I got this on video, and I'm not even going to be posting the video clip anymore because I'm pretty sure that's what's getting me the strikes. But yeah, I reported it to DoorDash, and DoorDash did ban the customer. And then 2 days later, DoorDash banned me, which doesn't seem unrelated. I appealed, and they were supposed to respond to my appeal within 7 to 10 business days. They didn't even provide me a reason for my deactivation. They're supposed to send an email. They didn't. So I contacted support, and they told me to continue with my appeal without knowing a reason why. There's an option to select, don't know why I was deactivated, and then you still have to explain yourself. So I did. And within 12 hours afterward, they had already denied my appeal. So I'm really never getting my DoorDash account back. DoorDash deactivated me. DoorDash punished me for exposing my assaulter, and TikTok is currently punishing me for exposing my story time. And this is the only justice I'm getting because I also reported this to the police, and the police are doing nothing. So what? So what? You're gonna take down my videos and give me strikes and just expect me to be like, oh, I just better shut up. I just better sit here and be quiet. I just better not say anything else. I've lost my job, my only way to pay my bills and make a living. I've also gotten assaulted, and the police are doing nothing to help me. So let me just shut up. You know, the videos got taken down. Nobody has to know what happened to me. No, I'm going to keep telling my story. Like, this is the only justice I'm getting, is exposing this man and having posted that video and it has gone viral. Like, now he can live with shame and embarrassment if people have seen it and knows who he is or where he, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the one being punished. He's not getting in trouble with the police. He didn't lose his job if he has one. Like, what's going on with him? Why am I getting fired? Why are my videos getting taken down? And why am I getting strikes? Like, I'm about to lose my account. I was assaulted. I'm the victim. I lost my job. I'm the victim. Right? Is this making sense to anybody?
So we heard that, right? And she made sure to emphasize that she was the victim. She was the victim. Now, I want to note to people that this was supposed to be a no contact order, which means that she goes directly up to the home and she proceeds to drop it off at the porch. Goes to the home, drops it off at the porch. That is it. What she did was she saw the door was cracked. And because she is who she is and she decided to be a little bit too inquisitive, she decided that she wanted to push open said door because she thought she was Scooby-Doo in the gang. And she welcomed herself to a nice surprise where a dude that was either inebriated, either he, might have had a day he drank, or, he was high. He was just, out there in his house, on his couch, knocked out. I saw the video. The dude was literally, he's just knocked out. Dude ain't sitting up there moving nothing. Just like sleep. He is out of there. He is not conscious. She proceeded to film and to keep filming as she was walking away. At no point in time did the guy, because I want people to understand when you're dealing with SA and you're dealing with just assault, we're talking about the physical means. This guy at no point in time got up, and I went over the definition. I'm going to go over that directly in the solo video. But at no point in time did this dude coerce her. Did he pressure her? Did he have a weapon? Did he physically put hands directly on her? Did he threaten? At no point did any of those things take place and happen. But yet she is completely every single time in all of the videos. I was assaulted. I was this. I was that. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. Where? Where? Man, where? Where were you specifically the victim? The only person in this whole instance that was actually a victim was the dude that was lying unconscious on the couch that did not consent to anything that took place. Because you decided that you felt the right that, oh, his door is cracked open. Let me bust that boy wide open and see what's going on in here. And then once you found out, you wanted to take a video. Brother, what? Because I want people to understand that she's also mad about her video. And the reason she's mad about that video is because the videos that she has up there on her platform dealing with this story, these are the highest viewed videos that she has. She has other videos up there, but they're nothing in comparison to the videos that I just set up there and showed you when it deals with the views there. So yeah, I bet she was mad about that one video getting taken directly down, and rightfully so. It should be taken down because you should not be showing a guy in his own home who is unconscious naked. Are you stupid? Are you stupid? You're a weirdo. And like somebody said before, like there has not been a point in society that we have not called a lot of women out here weirdos enough. That is weird type of behavior. Because let me just make this very clear. If at any moment in time that a male, let's just say let's just say I was delivering DoorDash, right? And I had to deliver a meal to a woman's home. And I was supposed to do a no-touch order, right? Leave it at the doorstep, behind the bushes, the backyard with the bears and the wolves, whatever it is, right? And instead of me just doing that, I decided to go the extra mile. And I noticed that, her door is ajar. Let me just open this open and see what's happening. Hello, is anybody there? And then I basically see an unconscious woman and she's lying there naked. And instead of me minding my business and closing the door because it should have never been opened by me, I decided that I'm going to start taking pictures and videos and posting it online. Do you understand how that would not pan over well? Do you understand how I would be grilled, how I would be fried all across the internet? Do you understand that I would be on Fox News, MSNBC, local news, the Shade Room, any blog, anywhere that you are able to consume social media? I would be there. I would be there because of what it is that I decided to sit up and do that I should not have done. But yet, like I said, this is why there's no such thing as equality. When it's the reverse, and this is happening to a man, where's the outcry? Where's all of these blog sites trying to get hyped up and trying to generate some views real quick? Generate some views? Nowhere. Like nobody is nowhere when it deals with instances like this taking place and happening to men. And I said this time and time again, but yet people want to, sit up there and believe, like, oh yeah, equality, that it doesn't exist. Look like it. I saw it. It dropped again. It dropped again. YouTube does not like me today. Doing this live stream. I do not know why. I do not know why. But like I said before, it's very interesting that, as I stated before, and I stated countless times, when things like this happen to men, there is no outcry. You don't see, men coming out here trying to defend, and you don't see women out here trying to come out here and really defend like they would if it was a woman. Now, mind you, if it was a woman that this really happened to, and it was evidence and pictures and everything, oh, you have a lot of dudes putting on a superhero suit. You have a lot of dudes putting on that cape, that utility belt. You have a lot of women, burning through the streets, pitchforks and torches and all this other type of stuff, trying to find out who that man is that released this type of information and took advantage of a woman such as that. Like I said, so this is why I tell people, miss me with all of that talk about equality, because it don't exist. Because the same energy that people have when women go through instances of SA and assault, nobody has that same energy when it happens in reverse to men, because like I said, nobody cares, and that's just facts. But people don't want to be honest about the facts. Like I said, that's some diabolical work. Like I said, this woman is 1000% weird. She's weird for deciding to take a full-on video of an unconscious dude in his own home on his own couch. I don't care how he was dressed. He's in his own home. He didn't invite you in. He didn't call you in. He didn't leave a note on the door saying, open the door. He didn't do none of that. You should have minded your business. You should have dropped off the order, minded your business. But you couldn't just sit up there and do that, because that seems too much like right. So now she decided to turn this into a whole situation where, oh, I'm a woman here, I'm a victim, I'm the victim. No, don't pay attention to what it is that I did and all this other type of stuff. I'm the victim. Okay. All right. But let's listen to what some other women had to say directly about this. If I can happen to get this to work. Because I don't know specifically what is taking place at this moment in
Since I have
time.
deleted DoorDash from my phone and will not be using them anymore, Olivia and I we had to go get our own Dunkin'. So we went there and got this ourselves, because goodbye DoorDash. We support our girl IRL Monster High Doll. Okay? I got my own coffee and I saved money doing it. So no more DoorDash for us.
Remember I told you guys DoorDash will deactivate you and take your money? Well, not only did DoorDash deactivate this lady and take her money, she reported a...
Hey guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my assault.
People are arguing in the comments about it. She went to deliver this delivery, and the guy was asleep on the couch with his pants down and everything.
So listen to what she even said. She said that the dude, this woman here, that's not even a part of the situation, but listen to the story. She said that the guy was asleep on the couch, which means he was unconscious. He did not consent to any of these things, which means that woman should not have opened and, opened the door and took a video or whatnot or whatever, right? Let's continue.
Out, and she videoed it. DoorDash posted that they did not deactivate her because she reported. They deactivated her for posting the proof on the internet. I see DoorDash getting sued, and they deserve it, point blank. I'm trying to get away from DoorDash, honestly. It's just a crap company all around for their customers, for their drivers, for the restaurants. Everybody's blowing up DoorDash's page, so I did. So now it's y'all's turn. And don't be scared. There's nothing to be scared of. I have texted some people reaching out about how incredibly crappy DoorDash is. I don't want my account deactivated. You're the problem. You're the problem. There's other apps. There's other apps to work off of.
So I want people to pay attention that you had these two women, right? And she got her daughter directly in the background. And then you got this woman here who both are siding with this woman. And I also want to highlight this and make this very clear for because again, I want to clarify this for a lot of dudes directly out there that this could very easily happen to you, but I want to be very specific. For a lot of the black dudes out there, I want you to be very much aware, and I want you to see this whole story happened to a white male in his own home, minding his own business. And you got one Caucasian woman that decided to tell a great tale. And now she got the internet abuzz, and now she got people sitting up there believing her and siding directly with her. You got women who are just like her, right, of the same community, that are online making videos talking, oh yeah, we're off of DoorDash, we're this, that, boycotting, all this other type of stuff, yada, yada, yada. They're going to sit up there and get sued or what, not looking for any other information. They're stating that, yo, this dude was unconscious on his couch. He was asleep in his own home. Even with that, they were like, nah. I don't care how he was in his own home. It was still wrong for him to sit up there and do. Why was he in his own home like that? She's the true victim. I'm like, oh my God. Woo. I'm like, this is that's some diabolical work. So again, what I'm trying to say is to a lot of black males out there, I want you to understand that what happened to, if this can easily happen to a white male, by way of the women in his community, oh, it's over for you. It's only a matter of time. It's just it don't matter where it's going to happen. It's all a matter of when. So, like I said before, be very careful when you tread waters. When you go to and from directly out here, do not think that you're smarter than the average bear. Please don't do it. Please don't do it, because you will get caught up like the others who have also gotten caught up as well too. Like I said, I got enough love where I try to sit up there and at least, speak to those out there that I want to have a great survival rate. I want their lifespan to be as long as possible. So, like I said, don't sit up there. You can never sit up and tell me and come up to this platform and say that I don't care about you, because I do. It's just that some of y'all are too stupid to understand it and actually hear me when I'm saying stuff directly to you. Right? Like I said, it'd be like that though. But hopefully you're paying attention. Hopefully you're paying attention. But let's continue. So now we're going to go into the nose ring theory. So this video, I will sit up there and at least say she made some points, but then she started veering off into the normal avenue. So please just bear with it. Please just bear with it. Like I said, that's the best that I got. Just bear with it. So here we go.
That I am expecting to lose followers for, and if I see my following count drop, I know that I'm correct on it. But that whole situation that happened with the DoorDasher girl who claimed she was assaulted, yeah, that's an example of modern day misandry. That is I don't think misandry is a real issue. I don't think misandry is an issue that I even need to tune into, because it's so insignificant. It is literally like so insignificant. But in that example, misandry did become a little bit significant, and I'll tell you why. She walks up to some random dude's house, right, that she's delivering food. First of all, if she saw the door was open, out of basic respect, you shouldn't look inside somebody's home. That's number one. Number two was that she saw a fellow human being laying naked on their couch, asleep. Keyword, asleep, meaning unconscious, unconsenting, can't make any decisions. She saw somebody in a vulnerable state, and she took advantage of it by victimizing herself so she could have an online story for clout. She filmed a man naked in his house. Instead of humanizing him for a second and maybe thinking to herself, hey, maybe the door swung open, maybe something happened, he forgot to lock the door, whatever. She filmed him naked, unconscious, in his house. Instead of being a respectful human being and shutting the door, which is what I would have done if I see somebody in such an embarrassing, vulnerable state, shut the door and give them some privacy, she decided to film it and put him on blast and make it seem as if he assaulted her. That is a little bit misandry. That's just a tiny, that's misandry. I'm sorry, guys. And at first I was like, it's cool, we can make funny haha jokes. Now it's serious, because you starting to believe you're victims in situations where you're literally the person unconscious is assault. But y'all wouldn't have y'all heard that story initially, and it didn't even click in your guys' head that it was assault because it happened to a man and not a woman. Bars. I guarantee you, if it was a woman, if she had done, if it was a man, if that DoorDasher was a man, and the orderer, the person who placed the order, was a woman, and a man filmed a woman naked, unconscious in her own home, it would be on the news. However, I would now.
This is when she started.
I'm gonna wrap.
Jesus Christ.
Wrap that up. I think you guys get the point. I would like to make it clear, misandry is
put the gas on the brakes.
In my brain, misandry.
This is like I said before.
I don't think it's killing niggas. I don't think it's making. Well, it did kill Janine, but
listen, if I would have chopped up this video
on the brakes, it's
at the parts where she was cooking, she would seem like a completely sensible person. But I had to just let the whole thing ride out. I'm sorry, I can't. I didn't feel like doing it. I didn't. Like I said, the septum ring, it doesn't fail. It does not fail. She just went back to neutral. That's all it was. So instead of it being like a loss or a win, it's at a neutral setting at this moment in time, because she started flip-flopping. She started really flip-flopping all over the place because she was she was fighting with that indoctrination that she got, but then a little bit of logic started seeping through. She was like, yo, yeah, this was wrong. She was weird. She shouldn't have set up and did this. If it was in the reverse, yada. She was on point. She was on point, but then she went back. Yeah, Miss Andrea, it's not really a problem. It's not really a thing. It doesn't really exist. I'm like, I'm not even sure what half she even had me at. I'm not even sure what half she even had me at. Like I said, going the septum ring, man. I'm telling you, it's something about that. It is somehow, some way, that something is not going to make sense, and it's just going to go haywire. You just know what is going to take place and happen. And there it was. But like I said, throughout all of the muddling and the mixtures of things that she stated, the factual thing that she did state, all jokes aside, was that a woman did this to another human being that she did not view as another human being. And she decided that it was within her full right as a woman to take videos and images of a person in a vulnerable situation and disseminate all of those images online. She should be prosecuted. She should be prosecuted. She should be arrested. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no other type of story directly to it. Like I said before, I'm pretty sure that the guy that this happened to, he doesn't want to specifically. It's a double-edged sword on if he decides to state, if he wants to put his side directly out there. Like I said, he's technically already out there, which is embarrassing, right? Because he did not ask, he did not volunteer to have himself out there for the whole world to see and to, in a sense, judge. Because the moment in time that if he does decide that he wants to, speak about this, he could potentially lose his job because people are just going to listen to what the woman is stating and be like, oh yeah, she's the victim. You were just this, that, and the third, and we got to cut ties with. He has everything to lose just trying to openly defend himself if he wants to say anything online. Like, there's going to be so many people against a woman versus a woman. It's not going to fly. You can only do this if there is a man in the perimeter in the area. Like, that's the only way that this type of stuff, this clown work, is going to sit up there and work. Other than that, people don't even try it. I've seen some women try it against another woman. I'm like, you look stupid. So I'm like, you look 1,000%. You really think that we really do and try to get over on a man? You think that that's going to work when you're with a woman, brother? You're doing too much. You're doing too much. You've missed the mark. You've missed the mark. Tippy said the video is a bit choppy. Mike said, okay, yeah. She is in the wrong. D-Money said it's always the translucent ones. Shannon said the feminism makes you go in circles. Gail said Sedge has a type. That's diabolical, Gail. Sham said nose rings are disgusting. D-Money said she was partially cooking. Yeah, she was. She was partially there. Sham said, yes, she broke the law. She should be arrested. She broke several laws. She deserves to be fired. He can sue. Oh, I got to actually look directly at this. What's the name real quick? Let me just make sure, because I actually got to look for order. I've been sitting up here running my mouth for the longest time possible. Let me just make sure. Okay. So it'll be there sometime soon. All right. But yeah, like I said, crazy work. It's diabolical in nature. Now we're gonna go into something a little bit more different, and now we got to deal with this issue here where this individual wanted to say that in a sense, I guess I'm going to guess that it was more than likely a black guy. And this person is going to sit up there and say that men have fragility or male fragility or something like that. But just let me just play the video.
Just had a man pick me up for a date. He asked me if I was a man in the car. I said yes. This man turns around and takes me back home. Now, this is a very prime example.
Yeah, Tippy, I saw it. So what I decided to do is I paused it and I'm going to just replay it. So basically what I'm saying is this person here is going to state that men have a masculine fragility, whatever it is, right? Tippy said, I hope my phone is not tripping. No, it's not you. It's technically on my end, but it's not on my end at the same time. So yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna play the video, let y'all hear the full totality of it, and well, if it can stop acting up, then we can actually get somewhere. All right, so now I'm gonna let this video play, and then we'll get into it.
Just had a man, I said yes, and takes me back home. Now, this is a very prime example of somewhat fragile honesty. About my comment referring to, first and foremost, I said somewhat fragile masculinity. I just fragile masculinity. I said somewhat. I've seen so many videos of people being like, so his masculinity is fragile, it's toxic because he took you home. Use your fucking absolutely the bare minimum, and that's exactly how they referred to purpose for you didn't. If you were so strong in your masculinity to approach me in a club, chat with me, kiss me, text me for a whole week, knowing that you had an inkling of a thought that I could have been a man, and then you decided to wait until you saw me in person to actually bring it up. I think any man who is secure in his masculinity would have just brought that up front. As soon as the thought crossed their mind, they would have this idea, well, he just didn't want to offend you. And even he said that, I didn't want to offend you. But that's not offensive to me because I'm not a woman. I'm not. Nor do I identify as one. Like, I think that that's something that's also slipping people's minds as well. It is okay to, have your preconceived ideas around sexuality. It is okay for people to, feel the way that they feel in regards to gay people, lesbian, whatever, the whole alphabet, right? But if you're speaking to someone, you have an inkling of a thought that they could be something that you were not attracted to. Why, to me, sounds like fragile masculinity. My apologies. Somewhat fragile masculinity. Because, everybody's going to ruffle up in their feathers. And another thing, there's some hussy going around on the internet talking about me tricking not that it's any of y'all's business, but I've never had to trick a man. I've never had to trick a man. I don't have to do that. I don't have to. there may be a small inkling of a percentage of people in the community that get off and do things like that. You get, and that's it. I've never quite literally do not need to go to extreme lengths to pretend to be something that I'm not, so that someone would be interested in me. Now, call might be coming from inside the house. Maybe that's something that y'all do. Hello, a man to do anything. I've never had to pretend to be something that I'm not to get what I want. And I already know this is gonna, people are gonna be all up in blah, 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 all up in arms, send your bios. I think y'all need to go to church and go to therapy. And that's all I have to say about that.
Crazy enough is that actually worked out to the point where I was able to go get my order real quick. I was pretty shocked. I thought it technically left you guys on silent real quick, so that actually worked out pretty well. So let's go back over the story, going from the very beginning. This person here basically met a guy in a club. We all know that clubs are dark and things of that nature. They got a chance to basically talk. They probably had some drinks. I think the person also stated that they were kissed while in the club, right? And my main thing that I always say that I have a problem with is that whenever you have people out here, and again, anybody is free to live whatever lifestyle they want to sit and live. Cool. You're not hurting nobody. It's all, cool. I don't really care. I tend to mind my own business up until people want to make things, a highlighted issue. My main thing is that normally when things like this happen, you have individuals out here that don't want to specifically tell men what it is or what is happening or what is going on. For the most part, that this person here wants to make it an issue and say that there is a fragile masculinity, or however it is that they wanted to put it. I just want to state for a lot of people, for the guy to literally ask a question while in the car and then get the answer, and then he's like, all right, no problem, let me just sit up there and take you back home. Do you understand? Losing, lives and different things of the sort. Like, dog, you need to sit up here and realistically just count blessings at this moment in time, because every man is not like that. Every situation that I've covered has not ended like that. Like I said, like, yo, just sit up there and take a win as a win. It's like, yo, you are safe and sound. You are at home. You're able to be on social media and make videos and stuff like that. Like, stop doing all of this stuff with trying to sit up there and shame. Like, dog, we're tired of this, man. Like, man, I am so tired of like the nonsense, man. And this is why I be trying to tell people. It's like guys out here be try to, we try to be so respectful of like a lot of people, but it's like even when we show grace and try to show respect, no matter what the situation is, somehow we are still at fault and we are still to blame. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. But like I said, it'd be like that. It'd be like that though. Wait, what happened? D Money said they got him. He said the audio. Oh, wait, y'all should still be able to hear me though. Let me see real quick. I gotta check. Do. Oh. Let me check real quick. Let me go to the back end here. Let me just try to check some stuff out. I know on my end it should probably say that it's probably a bit choppy or something like that. Actually, no. Actually, weirdly enough, it says that the stream is healthy, which is weird because we've been going through some choppy situations. We've been going through some real choppy situations. You said, can you hear me? You froze for a minute. Good now. It's been in and out. Yeah, like I said, when it deals with certain topics directly on here, like I told y'all before for years, this is what normally tends to happen. Especially if you're trying to like have conversations with people, like real, like actual conversations with people, that tends to happen magically. Stuff wants to go in and out. Again, remember they got AI algorithms and all this other type of stuff to listen into, conversations. And when they don't like certain things, they'll start cutting stuff directly in and out. Because I can tell you, it's not my connection. My Xbox and everything else is still on. I have not had no internet connection problems on my side at all. I can tell you that one. But yeah, like I said before, like it's crazy being a guy directly out here because it's like it's no matter what you do, you're somehow even if you're trying to move through a situation that's a loss and you're trying to move through it the best way possible, L is just not enough. You got to be shamed for taking that L and then not trying to go about the situation. Like it's crazy, man. It is crazy. Like this is why you got a lot of guys out here now that just don't care. They're just do whatever and all this other type of stuff because it's like if they're going to take a loss, they're going to take that loss on their own terms and not nobody else's. And like I said, it's a dangerous thing. So like I said, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, I try to be respectful. When it deals with a lot of things. And wait, Tippy said, "Don't check anything." We said you're good. No, I got you. D Money says, "Stop talking about them." People said, no, but this has been happening through the whole, the duration of the live stream, pretty much. So and a variety of topics, directly out here. But it'd be like that. You try to be a content creator, have real conversations. Pull the Tippy when Tippy is not here, and I'm going to decide to just do a gaming live stream, and Tippy is not going to be there for it because it happened before. All these situations, it's just crazy out there, and a lot of people just got to be very careful. Like there's like severe lag directly out here. Let me just do that. It's like severe lag that's happening out here. Yeah, for whatever reason, yeah. It's often caused by unstable internet connection. If you are on Wi-Fi, try plugging in your router or moving them close to it. Try using Chrome if this continues. Yeah, Chrome doesn't help. Chrome doesn't help. Chrome does not matter. But yeah. What Tippy said, because you've been playing Diablo, that boring game. First of all, this is the moment in time that I thought Sham was going to actually step in and say something. Sham plays Diablo religiously. just to put that directly up there. That wouldn't be on that game just day and night. I was on that game, but then they started doing some shenanigans, when it dealt with a variety of stuff. Sham said Diablo is fun, but it's like sweet potato pie. Sham said, LOL, I know what's wrong with Diablo. Yeah, I've been just going in and out on out here. Had to sit up there and get my little slice of cheese bread at this moment. Good stuff. Yeah, man. It's tough out here. I was actually going to do a live stream a day or so ago, but okay. There we go. Yeah. It's StreamYard is just acting real weird today. I wouldn't be too surprised if Amazon, if StreamYard is running their stuff off of like Amazon servers. It's some wild work out here. some wild work. That's some wild work. I'm trying to figure out. You know what, Tippy? This is what I'll do. I'm going to make sure. So Tippy, so pay attention. So tomorrow, what I will do a gaming live stream, and the live stream that I'm going to do is going to be of a video game called Ball and Pit. If you don't know what that game is, I'll say just check that game out. It's a fairly simple game that anybody could actually play. And for me, it's been fun. I've been doing a little bit of no lifing. Whoops, almost dropped the box. Been doing a little bit of no lifing, sort of kind of on that game. You said play Pikmin. I don't got that at the moment. Oh, you talking about like Pokemon Unite? I could probably do that. I have to swap out those Ethernet cords. What I was supposed to do is get some more 8K cords, 8K cat cords for the system, right? So I got a 8K HDMI that'll go from the Switch, and then one that'll go from the Xbox, as well. Yeah, I could probably do that. I mean, I think I did Unite one time before, but that would be specifically on one channel. That'll be only on one channel. I'm not even going to try to, do a dual stream directly, on that. And like I said, that'll just be a gaming stream. We can just, just talk or whatever, or whatnot, or whatever. Nothing serious. Like I said, watch me probably catch a few L's directly out there, because it's been a minute since I played Pokemon Unite. I don't feel like I would really be that rusty. I mean, I could have technically also, I could probably do Battlefield. Yeah, I'll just figure out. It'll probably be like some variety type stuff. It'll be a few of us there. Do some variety games, probably show up, do some Battlefield, play ball, and whatnot, or whatever. Also, I want to know, me playing Battlefield, I do care about winning, but I play as a medic. So you'll see me with a lot of deaths because I go around the map and I'm trying to go to and from and, revive a lot of my teammates directly out there. So I can only, hear some people out there just trying to, talk some mess directly out there. D-Money said, is it on PlayStation though? You talking about Battlefield? Oh, Hack said Pokemon TCG. Do I got that? I don't think I got that. Gail said drop the box. Whose box said you? What was it? Gail said, what and who are you munching on, said you? No, I got the from Domino's. I have, this is not ad related. I got the stuffed pepperoni pizza bread. Pretty good. Pretty good. So that's what I'm, my bad, eating on at this moment. Very good stuff. Very, very good stuff. D-Money said munching on stream is diabolical. I mean, I used to do it before. Now, when I did do that, I was actually on camera though. So I would either cover my mouth or, sort of partially duck my face off screen and, eat my food. But yeah, Tippy, no. Tippy Gill, I think Shan might have been there. Hack, Ty. Shem said I made pasta today with veggies and you made pasta with veggies and pesto. Okay. I got you. Shem said when we doing another sleepover stream, we should do something for Halloween. Oh yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Wait, sleepover stream. I'm confused. D-Money said it had nachos. Gail said it better be Domino's. Stop saying good stuff. That was reverse. Only Gail. Oh my God. Every time. Every time. I swear, if I ever go to South Carolina, I feel like Gail is going to really cuss me out. I feel like that's what's going to happen. It's just going to be like automatically Gail's going to be at 10 and just cussing me out 100%. Tippy said I heard Sony's discontinuing service for the PS4 in 2027. Yeah, they're supposed to be because they want to have all the servers and the focus directly on the PS5 and the PS6. So that's pretty much what they're doing. So because they couldn't get people to buy the PS5, this is their way within this amount of time, within this 2 or 2.5 years, whenever they come out with the next system, to push people over to the PS5 or the PS6. That's what Sony basically is trying to do at this moment in time, because half of the player base is on PS4 still, and then the other half is on PS5. I have PS5, so yeah. Sam said, LOL, that one where We was with you till 7 a.m. the next day. That was so fun. Yes, you let us take eating breaks, and we ate while you were on stream. Oh yeah. I think we actually used to do that like quite often. Shem said, I remember the 2-day stream too, Tippy. That was fun as well. Tippy said they better lower the prices there. I mean, they probably will. They probably will lower the prices on that. They probably will. But yeah, that's gonna be the plan. I'm gonna make sure to stay directly on course with that, Tippy. So you will see me live streaming some games. So we'll probably go through a few different ones, depending on what's going down and what's happening. And just see what's happening. I got quite a lot of games directly out there, so we'll see. We will see. Like I said, if I actually was into that type of game, I would actually play Enjoy so that Tippy could actually see what the game. Actually, I think what I could have done if I were into Enjoy, I could stream the game, and then I think I can do the controller share with Tippy, and then she would be able to actually play it in a sense. That's like I said, that's the one thing that I will give PlayStation when it deals with their ecosystem and how it is that they do things, the play share, type of thing that they got up there. I think that is pretty dope. And that's something that should be implemented on pretty much everywhere. I think everybody needs to steal that and put that directly, on their consoles or systems or whatnot. Steam needs something like that. Because to me, Steam is good, but it's crazy that if you buy one copy of a game and you family share, that you both can't play that copy. Like that's stupid to me. You literally have to buy a second copy, or somebody has to be offline for the other person to be able to play the game. That's wild to me. Hack said supposed to check Discord. I'm afraid to do it on my computer because of how the stream been acting. I'll check it on my phone. I got you. It's gonna take me a little brief second. To log directly in. Nope, that's Twitch. Where's Discord? Discord. Oh, there we go. I think I should be signed in, so I shouldn't really have too much of an issue there. Sham said, I don't know, for Halloween we should either do scary stories, movies, and a game. Sham said, what's a good scary one out there though? LOL. I scream too much when I play scary games. Oh, you would have to probably have Tippy on that one. She could probably tell you one of those. Oh, yeah. Hack. I seen this video where the dude was cheating and they started resuscitating him and then killing him, resuscitating him again. Yeah, that was justice. Because there's been a field of cheaters that have come directly through on Battlefield, and it's crazy. I can't tell you how many times by a sniper from like 300 meters out, they automatically got a headshot. I'm like, brother, are you serious? I'm like, every time I appear, you got a headshot. I'm like, okay, bro. I'm like, all right, because I just sat up there and played around with the. I'm not, ultra proficient. I'm not the best at sniping when it deals with a lot of shooters, but I can get some kills. But to have somebody consistently getting headshots, brother, no, just no. Like, nah, something's up. something is highly fishy. Dealing with that situation. That is diabolical. Tippy said they can't do that. Everything should be free for PS4 then. Sims pack kits and all. We got to talk to EA about the Sims packs actually being free. That's the whole thing with that one. Well, wait, Tippy, you say you want to see what? You talking about you talking about like Enjoy? You know how much money that costs? That costs money, Tippy. I think Enjoy is about like 40 directly out here in these parts. It's like a hot $40. Tippy over there being frugal. Tippy is the richest woman that I know, and still on the PS4. That's diabolical. That's some crazy work right there. Let me tell you, crazy work. We gotta get you onto the other systems directly out there. Can't just have you just on the PS4 for eons. Shem said they got Silent Hill F out, but I don't know if I can do Silent Hill. Yo, K5, what is up? What's up? Technically the topic ain't nothing at the moment. I got done with the topics earlier. So now I'm just sitting up here just talking and eating food. I'm just talking and eating food at the moment. Taking it back to the old days. She'd be talking about she's not rich. Yes, she is. Don't believe her. K5 said if Tippy just plays Sims, why she get a PS5? Oh, I get what you're saying. Why she I don't know. I think she'll probably get it at a certain point. Wait, what did y'all say? Y'all said food is better be all you're eating. This woman. This woman out here. Oh my god. Only gal. Shem said I should make you play the Viking game with me because it's hard as hell. I don't know if you like survival games. Have I played? I mean, I've played survival games a little bit, not ultra in depth in a sense, but you know, when it deals with the I was gonna say stereotype. When it deals with the main types of like, all right, you start off on like an island, you gotta, you know, get some pebbles together or some rocks, boulders, crack those, get like a sharp rock, and then you got to get some twigs or some sticks or a branch together. Now you make like a spear. Now you got a bow and arrow. I mean, I can do those things. So like I've done that in a variety of games. So it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Sham said cause she can play Sims 4 without having to buy an expensive PC to run it. 2500 versus 700. Tippy better off playing Sims 4 on the PS6 at this point. Yeah, that's true. That's bars. K5 said, yo, I just got done eating. I expected to take a nap after work, but I slept. Sucks for me. I have to clock in at 4 a.m. Got that graveyard. Technically, I'll say what you probably could do is probably watch something on like TV real quick for about like a good 2.5 hours. And then like the moment in time you start feeling yourself like go to sleep, just go to sleep. Well, of course, have the clock set, but pretty much, just like go to sleep, and then you'll probably, because you're not really sleepy, you'll probably wake up before 4 o'clock. So you might wake up at like 3:30 or 3:45 or something like that. So, you could probably try that. Like that's what I've done before. When I didn't really feel sleepy and I couldn't like really fall asleep. So yeah, probably just do that. But yeah, the Viking game, I probably try that out at a certain point at one point or another. I'll probably try that out. Like I said, we'll probably make, I guess at a certain point in time, depending on how things go in the future, we'll probably put together like a list of games that I could buy and then play directly on stream. And I'll just do it like that. If I could potentially happen to find those games directly on Xbox, that'd be great because that'll be less work for my PC to do. But if it is only or strictly on Steam, then it is what it is. We'll just try to have to figure that one out. It'll just be a little bit more work for the PC to do. Like I said, I'm at this point where I'm like, I might need like a dual PC setup. I got one tower specifically for games, and then the other one is for streaming. So that way it's not, heavy, either or. You see. Yeah, I think somebody is a nurse. I forgot who it was. I forgot who was a nurse. I know we had somebody that was like that worked in dentistry. I think it was. I think that was Nene. I think it was. Yeah. I think it was Nene. She was in dentistry. I think. Somebody that's a part of the channel is a part of. I know we got Nurse Armstrong. I know we got her, and I think there's somebody else, but I forgot. This man D Money talking about boo Xbox. Hey, brother, it'd be like that. It'd be like that. You know that the hate is real. You know, I have no hate in my heart because I got all systems out here. It just can go to and from and to. Can go everywhere and anywhere at the same time, but still be in one place. It's how we roll out here. Of course, Tippy gonna be sitting up there laughing. Of course, the PlayStation Queen herself, Tippy, always playing The Sims, and I promise you, on The Sims, her husband is Roman Reigns. I promise you, I'm not lying to you. But anyways, yeah, I ain't trying to keep y'all here longer than y'all need to be. It is currently, it is 11:22 at this moment in time. So yeah, I'll just put up this video and I'll let that go. And I'll probably put it up because I think what the stream is going to have to rest. And then I'll be able the video will properly show up. So yeah, I'll probably wait until probably like 12:15 to put up the next video that I got for y'all, and then got more videos directly after that. So yeah, 12:15 should be the time that you'll see it. K5 said Xbox currently has better controller. Yeah, I've been at home on Xbox controllers for a very long time. PlayStation has failed me due to the fact of the defects that they have directly on those controllers, which is crazy. It's diabolical in nature. And plus, Xbox controllers are cheap, so it's like it's not even that bad. $40, $50. That's that's whatever. Tippy said, and so what he is. Yeah, we know, Tippy. We know your husband is Roman Reigns. We know. Gail said, peace and love. K5 said, take care, big homie, and everyone in chat will do, good sir. D Money said, might as well change it to SEIJI After Dark. No, we ain't been there in years. That's a long time. That was a past version. that was a past version. Tippy said gaming stream. Yeah, I got you, Tippy. We're gonna do the gaming stream tomorrow. I got you. That'll be if you see me live, that'll be the main thing and the only thing that I'll be streaming. You won't see me do any videos dealing with news or anything like that. It'll be strictly gaming, and we're just in here, talking, about video games, video games. Hack said, always remember PC Master Race is greater than the Xbox. Who still calls it the X? How old are you, sir? This man still calls it the Xbox. What's happening? We taking it back? What era was that at the moment of time? Wasn't that like 2012? What is going on, sir? Ages are showing out here. And the funny part is, I still got my Xbox VCR right here next to me. Still got that bad boy. I got the Forza edition. That boy is sitting right here next to me, with my PS4 in the box as well too. So we got all the systems directly close and nearby. Tippy talking about some LOL. K5 said, cool. I'm off the day after tomorrow. If you're not on PC, I may jump in with you. Oh wait, you got Battlefield? When did you get Battlefield? Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, we can sit up there and do that. Get that community, get the community together. Get a nice 4-man team. I'm not sure who else got Battlefield though, but get a nice 4-man team directly in there. Like I said, I play medic, so I'll try to rush over and get to you. After reviving 15 other folks, getting drops left and right. I said I always got the hate. Yeah, it's nothing but hate from coming from you guys. You got the PC side, and I'm on PC, which is the craziest part. So I was like, I don't even understand. I'm a little bit confused. D Money said Xbox is dying off like them people's birth. That's crazy. That's diabolical. That is diabolical in nature. Diabolical. No, Xbox is gonna be here for a minute. It's gonna be here for, like I said, competition is always great when it deals with consoles or any other type of thing directly out here, because the moment of time that you start having things disappear, that means that the other groups out there got more of a monopoly, and they got a bigger control of stuff, and that's not good for anybody. It's not good for anybody. Like I said, I like diversity. I like, different things being directly out there versus everything just being one. Just saying. K5 said, no, I don't have Battlefield. Never mind. I mean, I do have Overwatch. I really haven't played it in a very long time. I haven't really updated my Marvel Rivals. I'm trying to figure out something else. I think I still got Call of Duty downloaded. Y'all have to just figure out. I would have to really go through my library games to just figure some stuff out and see what is happening. But yeah, that's it, y'all. Let me let y'all go. It's like 11:27. Let y'all have at it. Go to sleep. Get prepared for work or late night snacks, dinners, things of that nature. But yeah, thank y'all for coming directly through at this late time. Sham said I got too many games. Yeah, you got like close to like 200 games in your library. It's diabolical, Sham. Diabolical. Sham said I don't want to go through my library. D Money said you're right, but majority of MAGA plays Xbox. Who said that? Who said that? That's some diabolical work. Hack said peace all. But yeah, we'll figure something out. I'll go through my libraries and see what games match up and whatnot. Shem said just started writing a novel. Oh, that's dope. That's pretty dope. And then since you do art, you can easily do like some of the pages, like some filler pages, or like the cover and stuff like that. That'll be dope. K5 said MAGA is now on PS5, on PlayStation. They everywhere. Pretty much at this point. I pretty much primarily knew them on PC. And then you would have Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo Switch and everything of that sort. So yeah, it's crazy work out here. But yeah, much love and appreciation to of course, to the trolls, the highly dedicated trolls. Much love to all of my moderators. Like D Money would normally say, shout out to the regulars directly out here. Shout out to anybody who put donations directly out there. Shout out to both Ty and shout out to Hack for the $2 donations directly to the channel. Shout out to any and all of the patrons directly out there. Shout out to anybody who's donated to Cashapp, over the many years. Yeah. And shout out to anybody who is new that has subscribed directly to the platform. So yeah. Oh wait, K5 said you just hear SpongeBob and anti-black-ish nowadays. That's true. That's true. Tippy said, acknowledge me. Tippy, we've been having a conversation. This woman does this every time. I swear to goodness. She does this every time. And she swears that I never sit up there and see her directly in these chats. And I do. That's exactly why you let me see this. That's exactly why she's laughing at this moment in time for years. Tippy has continuously done this every single day. It's some crazy work. Diabolical. But yeah, much love, respect, and appreciation. I will catch you guys in the next few videos that I put out, and along with the gaming live stream. Hopefully Tippy is actually there. I promise you she'll probably be asleep though. Peace out. This woman said, peace, love, soul, eat watermelon and fried chicken. This one right here. Only Tippy.